Greetings and salutations, fellow travelers. Welcome back to the Inn of Planar Crossroads. Today, we are back with our Rise of the Runelords game. But first, a disclaimer. This is an adult podcast that features some adults that use adult language. You have been warned. We try to keep
Dad.
it around the Pathfather has spoken. We try to keep it around a PG-13 for those interested in watching, so there you go. As far as further announcements, we have our Patreon going for both Black Dragon Gaming, by which we are joined by Tommy from Black Dragon Gaming. As far as the Inn of Planar Crossroads, our Patreon has a promotional thing going where we have, if we reach $50 a month, we're going to buy somebody a rule book, and it can be an actual core rule book. Please try to keep it within reason and no collector's edition Rise of the Runelords $200 rule book, okay? Or supplement. When we hit $100, we're going to be giving something that is a special. We're going to be giving away a special edition Pathfinder 2E core Pathfinder 2E rule set. So yes, hands up, Kane. What's up?
Nothing. There's nothing in my hands. I didn't drop anything. That noise wasn't me.
Of course not. Of course not. Because
Nothing in the garbage this time.
Yeah. Like we said, our current session is Rise of the Runelords. It should be 47, I think. 46 or 47?
46 just went up. Can't see both your hands, Alex.
All right. So our next subscriber appreciation will be after we get 19 more subscribers. We are currently at 181. So at 200, Colin's going to run a game that has a very fun little setting and theme to go with it. But no spoilers just yet. Our giveaway this month for our patrons of the giant tier or higher is a D20 critical mug. So there you go. Red characteristic mug. Pretty cool. Great for coffee.
Coffee. Right.
Keep your potions in it. Your magic potions. Your magic brown potions that make you joyful and happy and strong.
or could be your magic green potions.
Unless
That's
it's a
not
Russian
green.
potion, then it might be
That's
clear.
whiskey.
No, I wasn't talking about this. I was talking about a specific kind of tea.
Yeah.
Matcha.
Green tea, guys, not drugs or anything. Come on.
You just keep your Oh my, that is quite the mug. Looks like
All right.
Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage is like gross M&M love child. Like, I'm gonna crack them open. There's gonna be fucking nuts in there.
So next, we're going to the cons in June. We're re-releasing things on a Way Back Wednesday style thing that we had recorded before. So those are on the thing coming up. And we are prepping for Pathfinder 2nd Edition. Going to be running some one-shots. Going to be preparing for what is happening to my homebrew universe. I figured since Tommy was kind of handling the official stuff that's getting released by Paizo, as far as running some people through the
Doomsday Dawn.
Yeah, that's cool name. As he runs people through the official stuff, I'll run some people through some homebrew stuff, and we will see how the system holds up. So there we go. And I believe that's everything. So, Tommy, do you have anything you want to say before we start Siege of Fort Reineck?
I do not. I'm good to go. I have my G20. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm down to go.
Okay, so you guys all kind of come back into the barn after going through the ordeal of the searching through the Grawl homestead. Half ogres still lay slain, though you have taken the bodies out of the barn, so you didn't have to sleep in the same area and put them outside, I believe, would be the most appropriate place considering. And you do so, and everybody rests for that night. But at dawn, you plan. Quick notes for what has gone on through the night. I will need anybody staying up for watch.
Natural 20, whatever you're asking for.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
I mean, I'm also stay up for watch.
Anyone who's up for watch grabs the D20, throws it at the table. Bad news, guys. It's a skill check. The natural 20 didn't matter.
Maybe it's not during your watch, sassy pants.
Fine. I'll just take the gold or whatever I find.
Sassy McSassy pants.
Magpie's watch has a modified 30.
Okay.
And Gideon for a modified 22.
Mine is a 32 cent dark vision.
Okay.
Just dark vision.
Just dark vision. Okay. Considering
I got torches.
got torches.
Casual.
Okay.
Oh, get good, scrub. You can't see in the dark. What?
What? What?
I'm waiting for my blindfold of 60 feet.
Awesome.
Blindfold of character concept that doesn't really work.
He's blind justice. Of course it works.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
he's the ever balanced scales of justice.
+5 scales of improvised weapon. I guess that could be a flail,
That's really
right?
cool.
You can make a heavy flail out of
will
that.
Actually, that will actually be a thing now in my homebrew. That'll actually be a
Nice.
thing, and with Pathfinder 2E, it'll be easy to build. All right, and keep balanced anyway. So you guys go ahead and do your watches. I will just assume that it is. We'll say that Gideon does the first watch, since dark vision will come into play in the second and third. So Gideon does the first
I mean,
watch.
Wouldn't the dark vision be more first, second, third being closer to dawn?
Oh yes.
It was already night by the time we got done with the house, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. It just turned into that kind of now you need to rest to get your stuff back type of time. So you guys do that. It gets very cold on your watch, Gideon, and you take the first watch. You watch out and make sure everything's going good. The third watch, yes. I need to remember that. So you're taking third watch. First watch, and across things go fine. There's no disturbances. In fact, it's very, very quiet. It's that type of quiet that you get that gets so quiet that you can hear the big, fluffy snowflakes fall in almost what we would call a static as it goes with the flakes touching and moving in the wind. You don't see any intrusion or anything go on in that sense. With your 20, go ahead and give me a knowledge nature check.
Alrighty. That would be a 21.
It's coming down quite fast. You estimate that by morning, if it continues at the pace during your first watch, it will be probably 3 feet of snow.
Damn.
So,
All right. Let me. There's rules is written for this somewhere for a knowledge nature check to like predict the weather to see if I can figure out like how long it's set in for. It's a 23. I think the DC is like 15 or 20.
So, with the rolls you've been getting in with that nat 20, we can say, you got a good idea of what's going on. This snow, it's weird. You already knew that it was not natural necessarily, that someone was messing with something, and it was uncharacteristically hot the day before. Now it's uncharacteristically snowy to be in such a switch like that. You think that it's going to stop maybe tomorrow early morning or midday at the latest, but if it goes on all night, there will be 3 feet. If it goes on till midday, it will be closer to 6 feet of snow.
Jesus. All right. Show of hands. Who's playing a small character in the party? No one? Great. All right, cool.
Good. There you go. So that is the information that you glean as the others rest.
Okay.
It is now Magpie's.
And Magpie's watch has the modified 30 perception. If there's anything else you want, let me know.
As Magpie goes through, let me see. I'm trying to catch if there would be any information or things that might be gleaned. The unnatural quiet starts to grate on you. There's no even owls or things like that, and no birds of prey or carrion birds have started to smell the charnel house of the Gralls yet, as it's been cold so far. The flies have stopped buzzing with they were far away, and you could still kind of hear them with your keen little bird, not ears, but I guess holes. And in the cold they've gone quiet, and it's become cold for you too. There's a fire, and you have to stay close to it for the cold to not seep into your little bird feet as you walk close and keep watch. But
the longer the snow falls, it occurs to me that the surrounding maybe I should do the voice. It occurs to me that the surrounding forest is probably going to be real damp. You know, if it heats up again tomorrow. So I want to do a couple things. First, I want to ask Nahkräs what the command word for my egg is.
And I will tell him that the command word that's in Volca. I have to get a little lower. I have all the same voices. The command word is the name of your child, the male name and the female name you had decided. While that's happening, it's going to be very rude, but I'm going to make a bunch of survival checks to help everyone gain a +4 bonus remaining stationary versus the cold. Yes, I'm feeling up the party as they're sleeping, but I'm not going to have any of them die on me.
You're just getting extra blankets, man. You don't have to make it weird.
He's tucking them in. Oh, it's so cute. Nahkräs
Colin
is getting his motherly instincts.
Do you remember the female name?
Ah, crap. It was Benjiro and Ivania.
Ivania, right.
You guys need to send me that. What language that's from?
Benjiro is Japanese. Ivania is Greek.
Right.
Nahkräs goes by each guy, tucking him in, touching him against the Wayko, and I'm like, oh, hello. I just couldn't sleep.
Speaking of Wayko, I beat that DC real high. So for every 1 point, Mazus was just a 16, but Wayko's is a 26, I think. I have way too many tabs open. I was making a video and then we started doing this. Survival. It's a 26, so I exceed it by a lot.
You look like a hay and blanket burrito.
Yep. It is the best tuck-in you've ever had.
I'm so comfy.
Yeah.
Who else?
There you go.
As for Gideon.
You have become
how many NPCs are in this group right now? 3 black arrows, 1 griffin, 1 little girl.
Mm-hmm.
That's everybody.
Then there's,
and my war cat. So, and myself. So I'm gonna just throw 7 d20s at the table, and if I roll less than a 5, I fail. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, yeah, none of those were less than 5. Everyone has a +4 on their survival checks if we're stationary, +2 if we move.
Okay.
Normally Magpie would want to be up on the roof of the barn, but I don't know if that's really going to be an option.
Probably not.
So he like, I feel like maybe he tries to climb up there and he's there for like 10 minutes before he's like, oh, fuck this, it's too cold.
Okay, so you go up there and you see that, and this plays in with your good perception. You see that the barn roof itself, if there gets too much snow up there, it will collapse.
So do the Groll have snow shovels?
They have their skulls. Yeah, with your luck, the roof is trapped. You're gonna hit it, and like all these scythe blades are gonna come out swinging everywhere, which will clear the snow, but at what cost?
Yeah,
trap the roof.
I mean, how feasible would it be to push some of the snow off the roof?
You'd have to get out there, so there's not an access from inside. The Grolls did not build it to get back up on it.
Well, that's what I mean. Like if I crawled up there the first time, or do you want me to make your weight?
Yeah, you might need a climb check. You'd have to go outside and then go up there. So you'd need some kind of climb check to get up there.
Well, the climb is a no, and acrobatics would be a yes.
Okay. You could probably, if I remember right, is there
a tree close by that I could parkour up?
I think there was. I remember now. There was. You can totally parkour up a tree.
All right, parkour.
It's built right in there.
Parkour. Yeah, because he dives into the tree trunk.
You dive into the tree. You have to wade through. This stuff's probably about, by the time you're done, it's probably 1.5 feet, maybe close to 2 feet of snow, and you feel it, and it's that wet, heavy, big snowflake snow.
I mean, I don't know how much Magpie knows about that, but I know exactly what that's like.
Yeah, huh.
There you go.
We had that in April.
A couple years ago, we had it in June. If he can't push the snow off, I think my backup plan is to go back into the barn and find as much like firewood as I can, and just make the bonfire real big, so I can
Okay.
heat the barn, the interior enough that the snow on the roof starts to melt.
That's not bad.
Okay. The snow itself is heavy. It's about a foot, like I said, about 1.5 feet on the roof. You are going to have to make me some checks to. What would that check? Check
Don't
move
say
snow.
strength check. Please don't say
Survival,
strength check.
likely.
To
The
move
Cross's little
snow
green
off the
ears
roof.
perk up as you say survival check.
No, but to build a fire is what I'm saying. It would be a survival likely. To
Oh,
get
you
up
guys
on,
already-
you failed to get up on the roof, right?
Oh yeah, I don't
No.
make the climb to get up on the roof. So I guess I go straight to the backup plan of building the fire up.
Which,
Okay.
interestingly
No,
enough,
built
you
in-
don't need to get the fire that hot if it's not insulated.
Yeah.
And it's
It wouldn't be insulated.
No, yeah, because that heat would just go straight up into that metal roof.
mhm. And
Canadians,
so you
we
do
know
that?
way too much about this shit.
We know way too much about like
Right.
building code and insulation.
I was gonna say you guys know way too much about housewarming.
and the gifts thereof, or what? So you you stoke that fire quite a bit. There was plenty of wood brought in, but you have to use you feel like you have to use almost all of it to go ahead and heat this house, this barn up, to be able to have that come up. And you know you're doing it right, because before the end of your watch, you feel a little come through and pop you on the head.
God damn it! You
Yep.
sprung a leak in the roof.
I can't help that. That's the shitty Ogrekin construction. This never would have happened in a Tengu shack. I mean, it probably would have fallen down by now, but it never would have happened. There never would have been a leak.
It would have fallen down before it. There's never
No
a
leaks
leak,
in a
but it
nest
falls
with an
down.
open roof.
It's built for flash, not to last.
So, last person on watch is Greg with Gideon. So Gideon gets that full set of sleep, and he's able to make it through. There doesn't seem to be, aside from the dripping, there doesn't seem to be any noise. There's the sound of the sleeping black arrows, one of whom is snoring. You're not quite sure which one, because sometimes it sounds like it's one, and then sometimes it sounds like the other. And then you're not sure. Wayko's taken care of. You know, he's his straw hay blanket burrito, and you felt really good. You were tucked in nice. So Nahkräs did a good job.
Yet again,
But-
playing the role of the nanny.
He's such a nice Mr. Orc. I want to keep him forever.
I have 6 charisma. I can't have 5 charisma because I couldn't dump to 7. Thank you.
I'm
Looks awkwardly at the
I'm
Kitsune.
rapidly falling to that.
Yeah,
Like, I'm
but
not
thankfully
looking
it
at
only
my-
drains one at a time.
Where am I at with that? Oh yes. So I'm at okay. I still got 11. It's okay.
All right.
You'd recover one during the night.
Oh, wow. Then I really gotta find a way to amp up this ability damage.
All right. But that's mainly what you see, Gideon, during the night. You don't get a lot of sound. And again, it is almost eerie how quiet it gets around the Grawl house and homestead, especially with the muffling of snow. So, all that said, and I assume that you keep the fire stoked during the
Oh, yeah.
night, the morning does come. For Nahkräs, well, let me see. Let me deal with this first. Did you use the command word to check on your baby since you did you use the command word to make your baby egg normal?
Okay, so I suppose thematically what I picture is when Magpie's watch ends, and he goes to wake up Gideon. When he crawls into whatever we're using for a bed.
To be honest, it's probably a lot of Ogrekin guts. We are Han Soloing this.
Yeah. in the bedrolls, because Ogre King Guts is gross, in the bedrolls that I crawl into with Emyrelda, I use the command word on
Oh, God
the
damn it.
egg, and I place it in between us to share both of our body heat.
More importantly, you waste one of my level 2 spells to make it be a statue again.
Yes, I did.
Damn it.
For family.
You kids and your families.
There you go. So you do that.
Can't be a rock all the time.
You
Bad
get
for your
it, and
complexion.
Maybe I need to check on those ravens then.
Ooh,
what level are you guys right now again?
8.
Level 8.
8.
Okay. The
Oh, yes,
egg
that
was
level.
the egg was a tiny thing, size
As you start
category
flipping
wise.
through a bestiary.
Well, it was like the size of a football before, I think is what you said.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah,
when it's
so
under the effects of the
tiny.
spell, it's like the size of an actual egg.
Mm.
Right.
Like a chicken
As
egg,
you
I should say.
expand it, you underestimated the size apparently, because as you say the words, you and Emmy are kind of pushed apart a bit as this egg the size of a small creature, size category small creature, forms again, and as it does, you see light and color pass between all three of you.
Does that do anything? I mean, that's super weird, and I don't know how to respond to that information, but does it do anything?
You don't necessarily feel any different.
Is it like an ongoing effect, or did it happen and then go back to normal?
It seemed to happen in the moment that you said the command word, and it assumed its actual size, and then that flowing, kind of like a breeze of coolness, of warm color, spread between all three of you, and then it died down.
Okay.
Hmm.
There's gonna be like that startled like bark from Magpie, and unless the movement woke Emyrelda, he's gonna kind of be like, I'll deal with this later.
It probably woke her just slightly. Like she's still half asleep. But
This is it.
As I'm just flipping through Bestiary 3 as fast as I can, trying to figure out what Adam has in store for you two.
I'm not gonna say what I
He's
have in
gonna
store.
make some shit up.
Probably.
it probably seems to her more like a dream than real life at that point.
Yes, just a dream. Just a dream.
It's a dream, dear. Go to sleep.
Don't think about how our child is gigantic now. Back to sleep.
On the subject of gigantic, the dire Corby does appear in that bestiary, just saying.
So,
So she probably sort of rolls over, puts her arm around the egg, and falls back asleep.
There's so much
Okay.
extra stress that you don't need to deal with right now. Shh.
I love you, dear. So that happens. Let's see who Nahkräs would have kind of sensed something, but no, wait. Gideon would have been the one to kind of see what went on with that. So
All right. I
Mhm.
guess like Gideon and Magpie kind of like lock eyes for a second, like, what the fuck?
It's yours. What you want me to say?
I don't know. But it wasn't this big before. It was like this. It was like this big, and now it's like this big,
That's what she said.
right? Also, he says that a lot.
I'm sure she does. I think she does.
Quick,
The world
quick
of fantasy.
mechanics.
Let me live it.
Quick question. Mechanics and then situational.
Okay.
First, with a mind affecting spell, would that, if the subject is sleeping, would that affect the save roll?
I believe it affects the save roll because a sleeping creature cannot, to my remembrance, make a save against such a thing.
I think it
Okay.
depends on whether or not you're trying to like if it's a language dependent thing, like Charm Person versus like Nightmare.
Okay.
Yeah.
Second question: where are the black arrows sleeping? Are they together?
they're all together around the fire with everybody else.
Okay. Say within a 20-foot radius of each other.
How convenient for you.
Well, everybody's pretty much within a 20-foot radius of each other. The fire can only be
boy.
so big without starting to
All right.
burn some stuff.
Then Gideon's plan, upon the waking of everybody, getting everybody ready, he is going to cast Zone of Truth around the fire to encapsulate.
Oh, because at dawn you plan, huh?
At dawn we plan, and Gideon wants to make sure he's not walking into a trap and he's not taking anybody into a trap.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Nahkräs would also like all of the full casters with detect magic. Nahkräs would want whichever one of the black arrows has the tattoo to have the tattoo get the same treatment that his medallion did, to make sure like they're not being spied on like he
You
was.
want to
I
slice
throw him on
off
the ground and I
his
smash
tattoo?
his neck with my sword.
Yes, if I need to, I will surgically remove his tattoo with my sword or with my
He
war
will
cap.
sunder his neck.
He didn't get a neck tattoo, did he? Jesus. He's just got like the full never gonna get a job again running over this.
No, man, you just gotta work at a tattoo studio.
So that's Gideon's plan. When everybody's getting ready to get up, he's going to cast it before waking up the arrows.
Okay, a couple things would happen then, because the arrows actually rise later than everybody, because they were beat all to heck. So
That's fine.
two things happen. First thing with Nahkräs, and second thing with Mazus and Aaron, and maybe a little bit with Wayko. We'll see. So with Nahkräs, as Nahkräs goes to sleep, he falls into a very deep sleep. The quiet and the crackling of the fire and the dripping of the water from above seeming to be the only thing that comes through the dark of his mind as he dreams of nothing. And then he finds himself suddenly awake. He finds himself, everybody gone. He finds even Mama Cat is gone. And he's in the barn by himself. And he looks at the doors that are open, though he feels no chill. And Nawalia stands outside, and he runs at her. He runs at Nawalia. He moves faster and faster after her through the woods. She moves faster and faster than he can chase. And he pushes himself, and he feels himself move more like the cat, more like the beast, until he feels himself become that. And you now see yourself above yourself. You now see yourself from above, and you are the war cat. And you run and you run, and you see Nawalia now not as herself that you saw before, but as a jackal. And this jackal runs ahead of you, and you run after it and after it and after it, and you pass all through different shapes and different backgrounds and different environs move past you. And you keep running and running and running and running until you think your heart's about to burst. And then the jackal turns. And the whole time you were chasing it, it was far away, far away, far away. And as you got closer, things got more dark. Things got more arid. Things got more empty, until you see it in like a flash of a dream shift. And the war cat that you watch is above this jackal creature. And they circle each other in this dark place of dust and dirt and bones. And they circle each other. And in a flash of what in your dream feels like takes but a moment, the jackal is not small like you would think, but large, and has this war cat in its mouth, the size of a bull, nay, the size of an elephant, this jackal. And it stands with the war cat in its mouth, dead. You start up in the night, and despite your best efforts, a cold sweat has broken out over you. You're waking up at some point during Magpie's watch, and you know you need your sleep. Everyone's still there. Everyone's still fine. But you go back to sleep because you know you must rest to be strong in the morning. And as Nahkräs goes back to sleep, something different. He sees himself, and he fades into the war cat again. But he also sees behind him and beside him friends standing, the party standing. And as they move out after Nawalia this time with you, you're not even in this place. It's like you're in an inn, and you move out, and you recognize it when you wake up looking back as the Rusty Dragon. You recognize that you all are different. You all are stronger. Mama Cat's bigger. Your garb has changed, but you know it's you. Emyrelda has changed, but you know it's her. Everyone has changed, like they've grown, like their strength is there, and they become war cats as large as Mama. And you move out in the hunt, and you prowl. Not rushed now. You prowl, and you smell, and you hunt. Again through the same environs, moving, and the scent of the jackal in the night fills your nostrils as the cat. And you move with this pack with you, grown stronger in some way. And you find the jackal. You find the elephantine-sized jackal again in this dark place, this far away place of dust and bone. And this time the jackal does not look at you with snarls. And the battle begins, and you wake. You wake to the rest of the party kind of being up and about. The black arrow's not quite up yet.
Nudge, nudge. Wait to take on Nawalia.
Fucking spoilers, Greg.
No, that wasn't the message at all. The message was
No.
Alone. You need all the war cats.
The message
just
is
need
I need to go retrain Pack Lord Druid, get more war
Yeah,
cats.
you just need more war cats.
All right. What happens with Mazus is Aaron comes up to you and says, we really should get back to the
Wagon?
wagon, because I have some experiments running, and it would be really good. They need daily attention.
And not to be
So-
buried in 6 feet of snow.
Yes. So,
Yes, we're not leaving the wagon.
okay, good.
We're-
So we're going to go this morning, right?
Right.
She picked her fingers nervously. Oh, good.
When did you have the time for experiments?
After I finished all of your assignments, don't worry. I've been diligent in my work.
No, I believe you. I'm just curious.
Why is she so nervous?
Well, there is that bit of troll that she's
Yeah.
experimenting with.
I don't trust her, guys. We should kill her now.
Says Wayko.
Yeah, she's gonna come back as a villain in 5 levels.
Welcome to Runelords.
Right near the end of the campaign, we don't actually fight whatever his tits is. The guy with the green guy with the glaive. It's her. It's Aaron. She's the Rune Lord of Pride.
The sin of
There you
hating
go.
Wayko.
Worst sin of them
Wrath?
all.
Well, you do know, metagaming wise, that the Rune Lord of Wrath was a female.
Hey, let it be known that I know nothing about this campaign.
Yeah, me neither.
There we go.
You know what? The one meta knowledge I know is that big bridge in Magnamar is apparently filled with spiders. So
Guys, look at that bridge.
that's a big bridge.
All right.
So that's what she says. She's very anxious to get back.
All right.
And Wayko, you have no special dreams. You have no weird things. But Henryetta seems to have gone out in the night, and she's just now getting back.
Oh,
She walks right past Greg. She walks right past Gideon from out in the snow, walking on it.
oh, excuse me, Henryetta.
And she's still all jeweled out. I mean, she's still,
She's blinging.
she's still got the bling.
bling that's freezing cold now. Good thing she's some kind of devil chicken and probably has a heat source inside her.
I was gonna say, like, how did you go out there and stay so warm? And the snow touches her and it just evaporates. Well,
She
Wayko
says,
won't. Oh, yep.
she says, it's not hard when the fires of hell burn in your heart.
Fantastic.
Yeah, she's the same kind of strong construct as that big brass viper in the Thursday game. She's just fueled by the souls of demons.
I guess he won't push it, but he will wonder as to who may have died in their homes tonight.
Ogrekin.
Oh no. Oh no.
All of Fort Rannick. Mission over. Book 3
She
over. Let's
wipes
have
out-
2 months of downtime.
She wipes out Fort Rannick. You guys get to have downtime to build all of your stuff and just go straight to the end of Runelords.
That's a lot of. Does the next like 3 books of this campaign take place in Rannick? Is it that big? Jesus.
No.
I mean, I know there is like a whole big part where we basically journey across country to Rannick.
Neat. I know we're supposed to
did that.
really care about Sandpoint a lot. That's the only thing. Like, what should I prepare for Runelords? Care about Sandpoint. That's all I know.
Yeah, we
I
already
like
did that,
Sandpoint.
Kane.
To Rannick?
Yeah.
This is Rannick.
No, I'm okay. I'm thinking of the country where we're gonna go to some lost country. There's gonna be a
Alright.
lot of ruins.
Ah,
All right, cool.
I'm so excited.
yeah.
Let's get back to the wagon.
Fine.
All right, cool. Let's not have
Back to
spoilers
the
and play now.
Well, prior to
Roll
that,
me a D. Yeah.
the whole waking of the arrows and the
And then
Oh,
making sure
yes,
the full
darn
caster doesn't
plan.
leave before he can detect magic on that tattoo. If you would, Mazus.
I don't have detect magic. Keep telling you this.
Yeah, you have to remember, Mazus is a shitty wizard.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Always is money smart.
Well, old girl probably does. Aaron can do it.
Emmy can definitely do it.
Yeah.
So I don't know why you're going to Mazus first.
I'm going to all of you because
I've
Ariel
literally
failed
nothing
last
to say
time.
about how our child is enormous now, but yeah, sure, let's figure out the tattoo thing.
Oh, yeah. I suppose it hasn't been.
Oh,
shrunken
yes, I'm a
down quite
mother.
Yet. No, I mean I suppose it hasn't been like shrunken back to normal size yet.
No, it didn't
It is
occur to me
normal
to be like,
size.
Nahkräs, wake up early. Give me a second level spell slot.
so yeah.
Emmy probably half awake, has her arm around the egg, goes, oh, Magpie, I had the weirdest dream?
No.
Question mark.
Yes. About what?
So, yeah.
Okay.
Just like a moment of awkward silence as Emmy like stares at Magpie like, what do you think?
I look at Emmy, I look at the egg, I look at Gideon, I look at the egg, I look at Emmy, I look at the egg, I look at Gideon, I look at the egg, I look at the Emmy, I look at the cross. Pleadingly.
The cross also looks at the egg and is going to. I know I'm getting nothing. But I'm going to roll a knowledge nature to figure out what the hell the Tian Sha magic has done.
Yeah, Emmy has a few knowledge checks she's gonna try.
The Magpie does not.
Oh baby.
Well,
Yeah.
well, my knowledge nature is a 28. I rolled. I'm here, but
Yeah.
that's
I
it.
got the knowledge arcana. I don't know if that'll help.
So the knowledge nature, do you actually end up telling her what all happened, Magpie?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, it's
So
not a
you
very
don't
long
lie to
story.
your
It's
wife.
basically I said the command word and he got huge. Well, I meant that like prospectively huge, not like respectively huge, but like prospectively huge.
So he tells you that. He tells you about the flowing of the lights and stuff like that. The natures from both of you are sufficient to know this is not a natural occurrence. This is not how nature works. Eggs don't get bigger. They're not supposed to do that. Eggs are supposed to be containers. The baby inside gets bigger. But the Arcana reminds you that the child is bound to you. Your life forces are bound together.
And when you level, things happen with it.
And when you grow in strength, you believe the child grows in strength.
At the risk of being incredibly awkward, Nahkräs is going to. At the risk, I have 6 charisma. What is awkward? I'm gonna walk and just like I want to rap on the egg Not as hard as I can yet, but like hard enough to like see if the material is any stronger than it was before.
Okay. You didn't really do that the last time. You didn't tap on it or anything like that. But you tap on it. It seems very, very, very solid, almost metallic.
Why do you keep opening that bestiary? You're making me uncomfortable.
I gotta open that bestiary. I have questions that need answered. Where are metallic? There's no metallic dragons in this book. You're full of it. It could be a sargassum fiend. That's in Bestiary 3. So is the Sasquatch.
We give birth to Francis.
Yes.
That's Francis Root's true origin.
Oh, it could be a Simurg. That would make sense, kind of. But that's like a foxbird thing.
I am not spoiling anything. You guys guess all you want. I'm not telling.
Link it, Tommy. Link it to me.
A Simurg, it's a fox. It's from like Mesopotamian mythology. Simurgh.
Anyway, while you guys think about that, it seems to have grown because you did that.
And it looks like it's strong enough that it doesn't need to be reduced in size and made real small, and it can probably take a lot of punishment.
Also,
it's from like Persian and Iranian mythology.
The colorfulness on Magpie that was there before seems to have grown also.
Damn Simurg.
The witch? Sorry?
The bit of color that you had up here in your feathers before seems to have grown a bit.
I do not remember gaining color. This is news to me.
Now he's a Simurg. Everyone's Simurgs and war cats. This is great.
Anyway.
But
all
if
that
Nahkräs can figure
that's
out that, like, if it doesn't need protection, if it's strong enough, I'm not going to cast Carry Companion, and they can just jam it in their backpacks. That's what I'm trying to figure out here.
You want to try and strike the egg?
Now.
It's true.
I mean, you guys are welcome to try and break the egg. That's on y'all.
You can just roll it on the ground.
Or attack it.
Emmy will not hesitate to hold person you.
Okay.
Okay, fine. I'll cast Carry Companion and grab Emmy, and we're gonna go figure out.
If he comes at that egg with an elven curve blade, I'm gonna do a lot more than hold person him.
It's for science.
Oh, the whole person
science.
is just so that.
Science.
The whole person is so I can coup de grace you the following round.
Exactly.
Science. You bastards! I hope it's a Valkyrie. That's in Bestiary 3.
Anyway,
we're Planar.
Gideon is going to cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Wake them up.
And you cast it without anybody kind of knowing, right?
Yeah, there's like a lower level version of it where you know it's affected you, because I don't think normal Zone of Truth you know unless you tell people. I'd have to double check it. That's just speculation.
The people in the barn who will hear him say the words and see the magic poof around him as it's cast.
Call it spellcraft, which Magpie definitely doesn't have.
Yeah, don't look at me.
I got a -1 on spellcraft.
Affected creatures are aware of the enchantment on Zone of Truth.
21 spellcraft.
They need to make will saves, I believe.
But if they're sleeping, would that not alter that?
I believe they'd take
a penalty.
If they supposed to know, then they just take a penalty. Like if it says they know, they just take a penalty. So
okay,
what's
so it
the
would
DC?
be a will save to negate. 15.
Magpie makes it.
Nahkräs makes it. Nahkräs' war cat makes
everybody
it.
else. Everybody else
Mazus
is
makes
like,
it.
we're not going to get Zone of Truth.
Magpie has a very powerful need to lie when the occasion arises.
So is this an optional will check to beat the Zone of Truth?
I mean, yeah, you can elect to fail it.
Okay, yeah, Wayko's fine. He doesn't usually lie anyway.
We're about to learn a lot about
Unless
Wayko.
it's for humor. If you're like, Wayko, have you eaten a guy? He'll be like, yeah.
Yeah, man. As Nahkräs is eating questionable jerky across the barn.
Have you ever pooped your pants?
Last week.
Bro, this is a fantasy setting. We have all shat our pants at some point. We're gonna shit our pants attacking Rannick.
I mean, it's been a really long time.
Just combat
I was
Rannick.
wearing a diaper at the time.
So
There's a 15 pass or no? There's a DC of 15.
pass.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was tied to defender or what.
That is a house rule.
Gotcha.
So you effectively, make your check. They make your spell. You get them up and they wake up and they kind of feel and it's like when they wake up, because they're supposed to know. When they wake up, they see each time one of them wakes up, the circle kind of glows a bit.
Yeah, and Gideon will
Goes in.
say as he's waking them up, just so you're aware, I have implemented a zone of truth. This is simply to ensure that before we head out, we know all the truths and answers. I'd rather not walk into a trap and risk the lives of the innocents here as well as my compatriots. I have 2 simple questions, which are going to be yes or no answers. Closed-ended questions, not open.
They just kind of look at you.
First of all, first question, do you know anything about how the ogres got information about the fort? Do you know how they were able to plan it?
It's technically 2 questions.
Sorry, well, I'll do the first one. So it's more, do you know how they got the information to make this plan to take the fort?
Jakardros and Vale kind of look at each other, and they look over it, and Caven kind of looks at them too. Caven and Vale don't say anything, but Jakardros says, "Don't know anything."
I will need the same answers from your compatriots. Yes or no answers only.
Since they can cheat that by not saying yes or no to cross is going to make a sense motive. It is a natural 20, 22. I'm wasting all my natural 20s now.
It's a 22.
Yeah.
Okay. Where'd my dice go? Where'd my dice go?
Man, you know what? Sense should give you a bonus on sense motive because like dogs can smell fear, right? If he's sweating
Are you
more.
a dog? You're not a
No,
dog.
but I have
You're a
scent.
cat.
Damn it! There's not much difference. Noses.
Well, I mean, if the scent ability specified whether or not you could identify individual pheromones.
I can identify individual people. I'm gonna look that up while you guys keep going.
My apologies.
It's all good.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
Windows updating before the call, and it did its whole restart and update thing, and now every time I do that with a Windows update, it seems to want to make my computer go into power save mode occasionally.
Nice.
So
Rough,
Microsoft likes to make your life
Anyway.
easier.
especially
There you go.
midstream.
Easy life.
thankfully, this isn't a
Countdown to
midstream that
greatness.
affects. I'm sure
It's
that
not like in the middle of combat.
Our editor will take care of it.
Yeah. So
But
you're
it is
saying
something
22.
important that happens.
Mhm.
A 22, you see that Caven, his shirt kind of open. He has the Sahedron tattoo you catch a glimpse of on his chest, and he kind of rubs it when Gideon asked about if they knew anything, he kind of rubbed that and buttoned his chest, buttoned his shirt a bit more. And as Jakardros says no, as far as knowing something, then Vale says no. It gets to him, and you see a bead of sweat go down the side of his face. And he goes, maybe?
Yes or no? Only maybe. It's a yes. What do you know?
He tries to run. So,
Initiative is rolled.
Everybody make your attacks of opportunity as he runs past the rest of the party at the barn.
I will slumber him straight away.
Everyone, quick,
Slumber.
yell exactly what you want to do into the stream right now. We'll figure it out.
okay.
Grapple check.
So we'll do this just to let everybody get a chance to do something, if they can. We'll see who goes first. Let me see. Just roll your d20s and see who gets the highest, and they will go first. I'll just keep it on paper.
Okay.
Nahkräs has a 22.
If you want to participate in this attempt.
What?
Oh,
for
baby.
initiative?
Emmy's booking it. Malcolm's not.
I have a modified 20.
Wayko is still waking up.
2205.
That is faster than me. I have 2203.
And I knew something was up. That just knew something was going on with these guys.
Yeah.
There's just something itching at the back of my head.
Or tattooed on a dude's chest.
Well, that too.
So,
Just too
Right.
convenient that the one guy in all of the Black Arrows is alive who has the tattoo.
Yeah. Which should mean he would die. Should.
Oh, he's about to die.
Possibly.
Okay,
I trusted you.
Emmy goes first.
Ooh. The real question is, do I want to waste a high-level spell slot on this?
Nope, no, you don't. Please, no.
No.
Rannick.
Yeah.
Daze him.
Man, that dude has more than 4 hit dice, I bet.
You know, I definitely have plenty of level 2 slots, so she's going to do a tripping magic missile on him. Knock him over.
You
Okay.
blow his leg clean off. His leg explodes.
So, let's do magic missile first.
Jesus.
For almost
Oh,
max
man.
damage.
Yahtzee, kind of.
Good lord.
I was
And
just
then-
joking.
Yeah, you might have just
Or-
actually
or
blown
straight.
his leg clean off.
Stop running.
Except in the-
22,
you
or 25,
unloading
21,
and into him.
18, 16.
Okay. Amy does her normal thing with 2 of her first 2 shots. You see her go this totally full fist, and the missiles shoot out from her knuckles as they usually do, as foxes that bounce around the entire place. And it's like both of the first 2 ones are coordinating with each other, and they hit the back of his leg at the same legs at the same time, and he goes, and the other 2.
Whoa.
What is that?
Tommy.
What?
Stay
You
time.
got some-
Oh, it's like your attenuation just shot all the way back up again. You're loud as hell.
Sorry.
You were. We heard your fan.
What is wrong with you, woman? Why in the... Why would you do that?
He's not dead.
Well, we'll see.
Probably.
Anyway,
Anyway.
you do 15, 16, 18 damage. All right. So 18 damage. Now it's Nahkräs' turn.
Gideon's.
Gideon got what?
2205.
22. I missed it then. All right. So Gideon, what do you want to do, Mr. Zone of Truth?
He's going to walk
going.
over with Dragon's Light unsheathed, have it up ready for a strike. So if he makes a move to get up, he's going to attempt to do to attack with non-lethal. Let's say,
Okay.
yeah, and he's going to do basically. I'm more role playing here versus actual intimidate check. It is in your best interest to stay down and answer our questions to the best of your ability. Otherwise, this could end up very poorly for you.
And you see, like, a panicked look. All right. All right.
Across, and he'll point to his.
Currently out of the circle, so.
But he'll point to Nahkräs and point to his manacles, and tell Nahkräs to put the manacles on him. He's
Nahkräs
ready
will
to-
ignore you
he's
completely.
ready to wail. Of course he is, but you know.
Is it my turn?
It is.
So 25 over his CMD. Gideon's going to point at the manacles. Nahkräs is going to point the manacles, point at the war cat, and then tell his war cat to restrain the man, and she will charge. And I'm not going to like tear him apart, but I just want to like, kind of like Nala and Simba in the beginning of Lion King, just pinch you again. And it's a 25 over his CMD minus his Dex -4 or something like that for being prone.
Okay, so yeah, and he goes. I'll talk.
Perhaps drag him back to the zone of truth.
Does he seem like he needs it? Does it look like all the beans are going to get spilled?
Well, I mean, he's certainly spilling something in his trousers.
Gideon, it's your spell. Roll me a D100.
Okay. 65.
Okay, so yeah, there's a certain familiar smell that enters the room
Poopy.
as
It smells like poopy.
as he's saying, I'll talk.
I don't think we need the
trousers
zone
seem
of
to have
truth. I
gotten a
think
little
he
wet.
crapped his pants, Gideon.
It's just a weirdly articulate phrasing.
Oh, what gave it away?
The smell, I
Smell
imagine.
of poop.
Yeah, that's what I would have gone with. Would have been the smell of poop.
There you go.
Gideon will turn to the other black arrows. My apologies for placing you under that spell. However, this was what I was worried about.
They both have gotten up, and they had their weapons ready. They see that he's pinned under the war cat right now, but it is not hard to see that they are biting at the bit to get to him themselves. So they say, you hear Jakardros say, "Oh, we're glad that you found out about it. We'll be sure to get justice for him once you're done questioning."
Okay, just so I have a visual reference, which one of the black arrows did this happen to?
Caven?
Haven.
Okay.
He's in your NPCs.
The
Yeah.
one with the mark.
Yeah,
He
the
looks like a tramp.
swashbuckler.
Yeah, of course he did it. Roguish bastard.
Says Nahkräs, the literal orc.
Yeah. Of course you did it, Pinkskin, you roguish bastard. Not you, Magpie. We like you. You're one of the good ones.
I'm also not a bastard. Also, that's incredibly insensitive.
I hope we can still be
Racist.
friends.
Yes, flat out. I hope we can still be friends after I call you a puppish woman.
What did you tell them? What do they know?
And he commences to spill the beans. He tells you about how he knew that Jakardros, and he just blurts all this out before Jakardros can stop him. How Jakardros would be away visiting his nymph lover, and how he was going to be and how Vale was going to be away. One of his commanders was going to be out and about out of the fort, so that the orcs could, so that the ogres could take the fort. And he knew all that she was going to come, and that that she's there, and she's got a place beneath, that Lucretia for sure has a place beneath the fort now, where the prisoners are kept, and that's where she must be. And then you're just spilling all of that, the whole plan, and how it was Lucretia that wants to do that. Let me see. Your D100 was a
65. 65, yeah.
And he divulges that type of stuff to you, and then if there's any specific question, then he'll answer it. But basically, yeah, he set up the fort. He set him to take the fall because he's enamored with the beauty that is Lucretia.
I hate to tell you that, my friend. Well, friend may be pushing it. What you're enamored with is a Lamia matriarch, most likely. Sisters is an Esha that we face in Magnamar. I don't know if you'd so much enjoy being wrapped up in its tail.
Well, we
And
don't know.
He kind of looks at you.
I feel like we just embarrassed Nahkräs like a little kid. Like, hey, don't judge.
We'll go to the kinks.
Don't knock until you try.
Instead of
could be
killing them in
well
one hit,
worth
really
it.
luckily.
He follows the green pact.
Faith, sir.
There you go. Anyway, but he says, I know what she is.
Well, out with it. What are you into?
Apparently, the thing that you're into. Man, I wish I
Tail
had
play.
popcorn. This is amazing.
So,
Does he refuse to answer that question?
well, I mean, he doesn't answer it. He wasn't taken back into the zone of truth anyway.
Alrighty, here comes some damage at him.
Oh, whoa. Tell me your fetishes.
Harder!
Wow.
Yeah, Yeah, this is it. We found it. We stumbled right into it. Damn, that's not the right character sheet. I'm not attacking. It's my cat mom. This got weirder. 7 damage. I asked the question again.
I like it rough, especially that tongue.
Pardon me, I'll go kill myself.
So he starts to divulge various. He apparently, under duress, begins to divulge various things he finds to be quite enjoyable during coitus.
All right, stop. Stop.
There's the normal stuff.
Wayko starts writing.
He starts with missionary, but then he starts going into a few more things that are less than missionary. And
I mean,
more,
Lucretia, you idiot! What is she? How hurt did he look?
I mean, he doesn't look hurt.
7
but
more
it doesn't
damage.
feel good to be pinned down.
The
Okay,
raking continues.
7 more damage.
At first
Great.
it was funny, and now it's just gross.
Is Gideon allowing this?
Yeah, this would be willfully allowing torture.
No, and that's where he would be stepping in terms of, we've learned enough, we know what he did. He won't have any current information anyways, he was left here to rot by his lady love.
How unfortunate.
Perhaps he knows something about her, something that could give us the upper hand.
Or what we can expect in the fort. How many ogres?
I don't know. I was attacked and I was left with the ogre kin too.
I'm gonna drag him into the zone of truth as I asked. As like the questions go from weird to relevant. I'm gonna drag him back or he can't lie.
So Mama grips him by the neck and grabs him and drags him into the zone of truth again.
Do you know how many
Alright.
ogres are stationed?
No, I don't know. It's over. It's got to be over 10. I don't know, 20. I don't know. I didn't count them.
Does Lucretia have any weaknesses?
I don't know.
How does she fight?
I don't know. I didn't see her fight.
Is she just a human?
Fighter? No, she's a
Then
snake
what is
woman.
she? And now we
Yeah,
know.
well, I figured they were sisters, right? I feel like it was a reasonable assumption to assume they were both
Yeah.
Lamia.
Yeah, those things. Very well.
Do we need anything else from him?
Not as far as I'm aware. We can.
Don't
plan
give me
another way.
to the others.
Oh, trust
Don't
me,
give
what they
to
do
the
to you,
others. Don't kill
it'll
me.
it'll probably be nicer than whatever the green one and his mom does to you.
What about the passage?
He looks
is it
over to
really
you.
safe?
He looks over to Gideon and he says, "You can't let them. You can't give me back."
They didn't say they were gonna kill you.
At first.
They just
Does he
well,
answer
I mean,
the question about the passage, Adam?
He said, "I don't know. I don't know that they know about it. I really doubt it. They're stupid."
That's a fair assessment.
Indeed.
Here's the issue, Caven. You broke their laws. You broke the goodly laws. You allowed for evil kin to take over and kill.
No,
You are to be
No.
judged under their laws.
I agree.
no, Paladin, no. And you see they kind of come up closer. Vale has his axes out, and Jakardros does not. But you get the feeling that he doesn't really need them out at the moment.
well, I don't need to watch this.
We
Maybe
are
I'll get a
wasting
look at that,
daylight.
Waco does want to watch it, and does
Nahkräs
so.
will move him from grappled to pinned, so it's easier.
But he is inclined to agree with Mazus that we have spent a long time grilling this guy who
We should
appears
on
to
our
just
way.
be
Well,
a foolish traitor.
It's been less than 10 minutes that we've been kind of talking to him, but yeah.
Yeah, just daylight, man. Here, give me the
You have
mace.
dark
I'll
vision,
coup
you're
gras.
fine.
With
I'll give him
So-
a good bash in the skull, and then we can just go.
Before
Yeah.
before he dies, Emmy wants to get a look at the Sihedron on his chest using detect magic, see if there's any aura off of it that wasn't there on the other Sihedrons in the city.
You can detect magic. It doesn't detect magic. There are magics that don't necessarily. Make me an Arcana check.
All right.
Or someone with religion can also make me a religion check. So both work. Anybody wanting to
Sure.
kind of get information on that.
Gideon will make a quick religion check.
I got both.
19 for Gideon.
18 and 8.
18 and 8. Is Mazus going to
19
roll
for-
Arcana, or are him and Wayko going to walk away and start going towards the
No,
wagon?
we're and then
Don't care.
we're
Don't care about this guy at all.
I think actually I'm incredibly inclined to agree with Mazus, but Wayko is going to take a bit more of an expedient means and really wants to bash his head in. So what did you guys rolled your stuff? What'd you figure out?
and if Wayko goes to
Um,
do that, Gideon will stop him.
Yeah,
Go
that's
for
what
it.
too.
You're the guy who bashes everyone else's heads in. I'm going to bash one
It's not our
guy's
place to
head in.
judge. It is their law. It is their organization.
Oh, it's
They
just
pass
your place
judgment.
to execute. Maybe it's my turn to execute somebody.
It's not our
For
place to
being
execute.
Evil.
Not in this situation. It is their laws.
So, the paladin starts talking down the witch from using the mace,
Classic.
and so the 18-8. What was your religion?
19.
There are both arcane and divine rituals out there that don't necessarily have to have somebody. Don't have to have the mark be magic itself, but rather a spell is cast to enact something on said marks type thing. Some marks go deep into the soul, some marks go just superficially upon the death for the power in the blood, stuff like that. So it's
So-
unclear what type of thing this is. You're not sure if killing him does anything with the rune or not.
Ask,
or if he has to spell first or not.
He should ask if there's scrying on us. That's before he dies. One last question, I suppose.
I highly doubt he knows.
You heard the woman.
I don't know.
I'll leave you to pass.
I don't. She's got spells, but that's all I know. I'm not magic. I'm not that inclined to that. I don't know. I just not the arrows. Just and he continues to plead that way. So Wayko and Mazus start trundling off. Aaron is actually kind of waiting up, looking like, I'm gonna go. It's still, let me see.
It should be quite early still.
The snow has stopped. It stopped at about, 4 feet.
Ugh.
And we do have our things sort of fashioned that we had talked about in terms of the cart or wagon.
You were able to do something, like a sled type thing.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah,
still gonna
okay.
have to be pulled.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
surprised we can get out of the barn.
Yeah, I don't know how
The
or
door's open.
valid any plans are now. Now there's 6 foot of snow on the ground.
3.
3,
4.
yeah, that's yeah. How tall is Magpie again?
4. 4 feet of
Yeah.
snow. That makes this impassable.
Yeah,
And that's the Canadian talking.
yeah.
Like we're
So-
we're stuck in this barn until that snow
Yeah.
melts.
Mhm.
Which it's
Maybe if
getting
I'd rolled a
really
druid,
warm.
maybe we had answers for it. But
It's getting actually really warm for having snowed so heavily last night.
Oh boy.
that's convenient.
Yeah, there's a lot of control weather going on right now. Somebody's fucking with us.
It's almost as if
So-
somebody is trying to say, flood the dam.
Oh. Ooh. That'd be bad.
Again,
Anyway.
the Canadian and melting snow.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Yeah, but at least you live in fucking Ontario. I live next to a floodplain in a swamp.
It's true.
Yeah, you're in the soppiest part of town. You're a stone's throw from born on the bayou. I like it. I don't like the mosquitoes,
Anyway.
but I like your house.
So yeah, that's. I guess we'll just have. In all honesty, we would have to wait until it's mostly melted before we could move. Even if we
Yeah.
were to go down to something more manageable, it would still be. Yeah, I guess at about the 2 foot mark, we could probably move on top of it.
We can figure it out. Yeah.
No, at 2 feet, if it's melting, it'll actually turn almost into ice. compacted, and actually you can walk on it.
Mhm.
Anyway, there's currently, unless you have answers, questions you want answers to, the black arrows are starting to take Craven.
Emmy will sort of look at him pleading, look at Gideon, look back at him pleading, look at Gideon.
Don't steal my bit.
To which, you know, it's yeah, if
Fine,
Emmy's
looks at him,
looking
then
him
looks
like
at
that.
Gideon, and that's it. Does that make you happy?
And the honeymoon's over.
And he says,
Gideon would
put
say
myself and my
Emmy's-
family in danger.
Sorry?
As she looks, she's looking at Gideon, but she's talking to Craven. You put myself and my family in danger. You deserve whatever you get from them.
He broke their laws. He allowed evil to kill indiscriminately.
He has gone against his pack
He will be judged by his own.
by the pack.
Just like being at home. You get caught, you die.
All right, so I guess we're just sort of waiting for
Write
us to
that
be able to. I know we have a fort to conquer. We just have to be able to traverse this.
And figure out exactly how we're going to do it.
We have a sled.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually true. How many? But do we have anything that can pull the sled?
Yeah.
Yes, I casted mount.
Can you summon something that can? Well, because horses aren't great in snow.
Horses on horseshoes. I mean, snowshoes. Snow
I was
horseshoes.
just gonna say, can you summon like a?
A walrus. A walrus would be nice.
What? No.
How many burning Hanses do we have between us as a group?
Just an army of penguins to waddle us up the Rannoch.
Something that walks on snow that isn't a moose. Moose don't walk on snow; they walk through snow because they don't give a shit about anything.
Then maybe it's a moose is what we need.
I should have. Yeah, I'm gonna have to restart my computer.
Now?
Okay.
I
well,
could call a
No, not
storm
right
if
now.
you guys are cool
But I
with
mean-
if you'd rather prefer a slushy mess over a snowbank.
We just the issue is we are trapped in this in terms of the snow unless we can get up onto the snow with the sleigh, but with something that can actually pull through the sleigh.
Yeah, unless we want to like
We're trapped
put up
here
a triangular
indefinitely. We're
sail.
gonna have to eat the guy.
It's fresh powder. This is the issue.
Well, it's starting.
Slide
It's
them.
probably starting to melt already. If it's like, if it's
Yeah.
getting up there.
So I don't know. Like if we've got an ability to traverse it with the sled, then let's do that. I just don't know how we do it.
Yeah.
Mazus,
I mean, it's a
don't
mount
know.
spell. It's not a real horse.
He's-
It's.
yeah.
Let's try it.
Sure.
Let's try the sled.
Anyway,
Let's go.
So the black arrows take Craven unless someone stops them. And they walk him through the 4 foot of snow to the house.
Marvelous.
And a few minutes pass by. There's some screaming. There's some pleading. And they say, you hear a yell that sounds very much like "For our brothers," and all the screaming that has gone on for several minutes stops.
While
Wayko-
this is going on, Gideon will be actually holding onto his holy symbol and praying for the soul of Caven in his misjudgment and allowing evil to corrupt him.
All right.
Wayko will sigh about why it would have to have been the handsome one to be the backstabbing traitor, but he's not gonna dwell on it much. He's too busy.
Isn't that always how it is?
I mean, that's why
talking
we
and
trust you
pointing
so
with
much, Wayko.
apprentice. Is he? Oh, hey, wait a minute.
Anyway, so that is that. And you guys are going to try and use the mount spell to pull the wagon.
Yeah.
Or the,
So if he casts
Uh,
them out,
sled.
that summons one light horse or pony. That's the thing.
do you guys wait
you-
before or after breakfast?
And across
Ah,
rather than eating this whole time.
You brought the horses,
Before.
didn't you? By the way.
Yeah, the horses are here.
Yeah. So we got 2 beefy horses too.
Heavy horse, yeah.
True.
They
Got two
can't-
Clydesdale outside. What are you guys worried about?
At 4 feet, they can't get through the snow.
They can't do shit.
A Clydesdale?
The Canadians
No.
got you beat, man. They know what's up. This is their life. This is every day.
At 4 feet, that's up to basically my chest.
To say nothing of where it drifts.
Clydesdales are usually 6 to 7 feet tall.
Yeah, but that's
I'm
still like
6.
pectoral height on a human height snow. Clydesdales can do 2.5, maybe 3 feet if you piss them off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, do be aware that it was big, fluffy snow. It was not heavy, packed snow.
Oh,
Don't argue the size of snow. Just go.
It's too late. Where this is happening.
we're too far into this. Okay, fine, we'll go. We'll just
I
use
mean,
the
it only works.
Clydesdales.
It'll get
Magic
easier as
snow.
it warms
Besides.
up, but it's gonna be slow going at first.
Yeah.
Which is
We'll just
fair. I
do it.
mean, it is.
We'll
I'll
have
just do
the big ones. The orc and the paladin can rudimentary shovel out of the way as we go, and then
And you can
it'll take us a few
fuck
hours.
yourself.
It'll take us a few hours, but it'll be faster than
I do
Wait
not
for
serve
the-
soup. I do not shovel your driveway.
Look at the size of you. What am I gonna do with the snow?
Magic.
I can melt it or put it to sleep, maybe.
Mage hand.
Put it to
Alright.
sleep.
Let's just go. Go get the cart, the wagon.
Gideon, the voice of reason. Get the car.
All right.
We need
And he
dags.
dropped.
We need a team of dags.
And the eggs.
Digs for us, lad.
Yeah. Yeah, they can go day and night.
Yeah.
They crazy.
It's either that or what we need is like a fashioned plow, so that the horses can go through. The plow's just ahead of the horses slightly.
Yeah. You gotta push the cow and pull the wagon. It'll be fine.
Yeah. That's why there's more than one of them.
We need one of we need one of those big circular death traps they strap on the front of fucking diesel engines to plow snow.
Mind you,
We
I
could
actually
probably
have
figure
seen-
something out with all the Grauls and all their crazy death trap stuff. It's there. We could rig it
Yeah,
up.
we really should have kept one of them alive.
So we
because
could Mad Max Fort Rannick.
Yeah, clearly one of them has an engineering degree.
So you guys are heading out. You're heading back to the wagon.
Yep.
Okie dokie. So.
I went to a lot of my classes with a lot of Mennonites
Neat.
because they come into the city to go to university. Huh. I like
Good
those
for
guys.
Cultural scholarships.
Fun guys.
So you guys are going back to the wagon, taking the arrows with you, I suppose.
As
Might
long
as
as
well
they can
keep them.
I guess taking the gear that Caven had as well.
Yep, loot the body. Here we go.
Bring us his shit.
Well, actually, they kind of come to you bearing not his clothes, like or anything like that, but
His bloodied
They come-
socks.
Yes.
his
Hey man, this
bloody
kind of weather, more
socks.
socks is great. Yeah, please, or clean them. Press digitation.
There's still like a crushed severed toe in one of them.
Ugh. Breakfast.
Nice.
Anyway, they bring you a +1 leather armor, a +1 rapier, masterwork dagger, composite longbow with 20 arrows, and a ring of protection +1.
Ooh.
Dibs
Indeed.
on the ring.
So they bring you
and
that stuff. You did.
No one else has it.
You lost your
I don't know what
lost
my
your
order
other
is.
protective thing. But
Oh,
you guys
yeah,
can talk
that's
about that in
true.
a minute. They kind of give it to you and they say, "We don't want this, traitors, things."
Understandable.
Kind of offer it to you.
We'll gladly put it to use.
Not one to look a gift horse in the mouth.
Actively putting the ring on.
Going to actually give Meg the leather armor to put on.
That is light
You're
armor.
gonna try and put. She technically has to have barding. So
Oh, okay.
It's technically magic, right? It shapes to fit the thing that wears it. She has class levels.
With- it could shape to fit her. Technically, it would go up to large if you were a large creature. If you want to cut off her wings,
Or we just cut little bits in the armor, right? We don't have to cut her wings off. Jesus.
We'll just disenchant
That
the
would-
armor and buy barding. It'll be fine. Just
Yeah, fine. We'll
hold
do
your-
that. We'll
just
use that
calm-
leather armor to give her some custom barding.
I have allowed you guys to learn a ritual for transferring certain
Yep.
things.
We'll do
So
it.
there you go.
I'll do it.
Calm the calamity that is your memories, man. Just hold on.
It's all good. No, Gideon. So there's a rapier, armor, and a bow.
And a dagger.
Gideon will take the dagger.
Nahkräs will
Yes.
take the rapier
Thank you.
because we're gonna learn from what happened with the tendril monster, and we're gonna have light weapons. So when we get eaten, we're good. I did not picture
Rapier
my
is not a light weapon, though.
Nope.
rapier is totally a light weapon.
No, it's a one-handed.
It's a finessable weapon, but it's not a light weapon.
Well, damn it!
Yeah, that's why Piranha
There you
Strike
go.
is dumb.
Gideon will full on go like Drax in the inside of the thing next time.
All right.
Did we find
So
my
all
wagon?
that said,
Let's
We
go
can't.
get
It's buried. No. We'll have to come back for it later.
wagon.
there you
Are we giving Jakardros back his bow? Or no?
He already has it.
Yeah, we all
you
kind of
guys, yeah.
agreed to give it back to him. I think
Yeah.
most of us.
That's what I thought, but
He
I
seems very-
didn't know.
He's very glad to get it back. I'll say that. So, anyway, what else?
The wagon.
I think
Make
that's
sure that
everything,
the experiments haven't gone completely awry. A la
Yes.
Star Trek: The Next Generation,
Um,
Season 4.
Yeah, we'll just
Well,
dig our way in.
you see her. You see Meg as she gets there. No one else has come on the road, but even by the time that you guys get to the wagon, the snow is 1 foot. You're like 30 minutes from the wagon or something like that. It takes longer with the sled, but it's 1 foot. It's getting muggy.
Yeah,
warm.
that like the ground must just be soup underneath this.
Yeah.
So there you go. You guys are coming through and you're making your way. Meg, as soon as you're within sight, Meg kind of jumps off and runs to the back of the wagon, and she puts her hand up to the door to go
Meg
in.
is like
and she
Griffin.
catches herself. Oh, that's right. Erin does that. And then she Erin catches herself and says, "Meg, dear," and she kind of Meg looks over to Gideon.
Do you have something going on with her?
She, I don't know. She kind of just was looking for permission to kind of go over because she's
I'm a
technically your
dumb bird.
squire.
Yeah, no. He
So she-
would full on give the permission to, if she's being helpful, to definitely do that.
So she kind of trots over. Meg, dear, will you open the door, please? And Meg's like, okay. And she opens the door. Out hops this large size category head with a tiny size category body on it, and it's running and running and running and running. Ah! Ah! It's just screaming as it's running. Oh, there goes the experiment, Meg! Get it, Meg! Meg goes, "Rah!" And she kind of grabs it with this right in her neck, in her. Like, oh, I got it. Oh, the thing kind of goes limp.
What in the actual fuck? That's the one we get per episode for a PG-13 rating. What the actual thing I just said?
That's the one we get. The only one.
Shitballs.
There you go.
Ah, no! Now we're up to an M. The 17R.
That means I can finally take this shirt
I'm
off.
full on going to pull a Ryan Reynolds and stay away from the F-bomb and just use random other swears.
Anyway, she goes, oh, thank you, dear. And she kind of yanks it off of her beak and goes back into the wagon, not even looking at you guys.
Mazus, what's going on here?
Excellent question. I shall inquire.
I'll hook up one of the horses to the wagon and then keep one with the sled, unless you want to put the sled on top of the wagon. How do you want to do this?
No, just take the spare horse for the sled.
Will do. I'll drive the sled for now. So I will actually do the animal handling check for the sled.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Do you have handle animal?
Yep.
Oh, thank goodness.
Because I was planning on having Shadow Mist for longer
Oh,
than
yeah.
10 seconds.
Not my fault.
No,
Shadow
I
Mist is
blame
not my shadow.
Mal.
Malcolm
I
and
still
Yusuf.
blame Mal for that one. So my handle animal is a 21.
You successfully get them over there. They give you no trouble at all. These well-trained horses.
I don't
Everybody
remember.
saw what happened, by the way.
I don't remember how your beautiful horse died. I just remember I was complicit or implicit in it.
Sandpoint Devil.
3
Oh,
zeros.
yeah. So,
Oh yeah.
or complicit.
One of those heroes in a cart.
Yep.
Yeah. So Mazus will drive the cart. He will scold her for being irresponsible, having a troll piece, you know. Like, it's okay to do experiments if you have them under control in a safe environment.
Don't
This was
don't
not the
worry.
case.
I'll keep it. I'll keep it under wraps. I'll keep it contained and controlled. You see that she has it kind of. You kind of see her prepping it. She has a little bitty vat of acid, sitting just below the head of the creature, so that as it tries to regenerate, its little stumps start to hit the acid and it burns away.
That is cool.
So its head is intact, but any other regeneration hits the acid.
She's got an intelligence of 20, doesn't she?
That's wrong on so many levels. And
No
I
one
say
else sees
hello to the head in giant.
It just looks up at you, you see you can kind of read its lips, but it has no air to pass through vocal cords. The closest thing you can get it to it is like, "Help me!"
So I hate to be terrible, but Nahkräs speaks giant now.
Wayko's
Yeah,
a big
but-
fan of this.
So
However,
does Magpie.
So
Quite
we're gonna put it down.
Perhaps she doesn't continually say this, and she keeps it in a dark cabinet in the wagon.
Wayko's, I give her a round of applause. That is some quick thinking, and no great discovery comes without great gross science involved. So, well done.
The eagle seems to agree.
The
Eagle.
That's the chicken. So the eagle sounds like a chicken, but Henryetta actually says to you, "I like that one."
Me too.
Well, that should be a red flag right there.
But you should never tell her. Huh?
All right, to the fort.
To the fort. Meg's just kind of trotting. Meg actually goes up in the air unless you have her, purposely trot along beside you.
Gideon would give the instruction to scout ahead.
Yeah, Nahkräs is gonna
As
go
we
ahead
approach.
as well.
But as we approach the fort to actually come down, to approach more stealthily, so that she
Okay.
can't be necessarily seen from the sky.
Okay. It takes a good while to get to the fort, and the going is a little bit slower than it would have been because of how slushy the ground is getting. But it just seems to get really warm for this time of year because it's still winter, and you guys are probably hitting, if we're talking Fahrenheit, close to 80 degrees.
Jesus.
Oh boy, Emmy
The
is
Canadians are
definitely-
uncomfortable.
Yeah, Emmy is definitely getting out of her winter garb and back into normal clothing.
Magpie just drops whatever blanket he's been wearing for the last 12 hours.
I had to do some
She
math.
probably has. Gideon's probably outside along with. I don't know if Wayko. Well, Gideon's driving the sled, so I don't know if Wayko's with him, but she's probably somewhere only by Nahkräs and Magpie.
Nahkräs is trying to be as far ahead as he can without leaving you guys
Oh,
behind.
yeah, true.
Because I want to get to the fort before, not like an hour and a half before the party, but a good probably 20 minutes prior.
But
Okay.
she sort of stays out of sight of Mazus because he's driving the wagon anyways. He's looking the other direction.
Okay. You do that. You can It's a covered wagon, so you can just sit in the back of the wagon or something like that.
Yeah.
You guys move forward. Nahkräs is able to get ahead, and so is Meg. Let me see. So
I'd like to, I hear you rolling dice. I never got a chance to say it. I would like to approach the fort stealthily.
Okay, duly noted.
So it's a
So you will
31.
move slower
After you-
than us?
I can get out in front of
Technically.
you and then go stealthily once we're inside of the fort.
You have to move slower though. To
That's
stealth.
correct, but I can move out in front of you first at the same speed. I don't want to I need to get out in front of you guys. Move slowly. No, it's when we get inside of the fort when we realize we're almost there.
Okay, you guys
Yeah,
can. You guys have
I'm
to
actually
go a
gonna have to
little
get
up.
off the wagon too.
So you guys get a little. As you guys are coming up, you can see the fort through the trees. It's not easy to see, but you can see the fort up there as you're getting a little bit closer. And this is probably the time that you guys would kind of start to slow down. You guys continue to do so, and anybody going to stealth up can start stealthing up now. We got a 31 from Nahkräs, who's going to be getting the main part of the first information, and then I am
know
guessing
that
that Magpie would go after.
I can-
Meg would come back to the cart at this point in time, basically.
My
Okay.
issue here is for me to hide in plain sight, I have to be within 10 feet of dim light, and it's like we left first thing in the morning, so I don't know what time of day it is now.
I think we
It
were
took
going to
hours
make
to
you
get there.
invisible.
Yeah, but
As
if
well.
he
Oh.
if Mazus makes me invisible, that means I have 8 minutes to do whatever I'm gonna do, which means I have to do it fast.
Mm-hmm.
Right, you guys are farther than 8 minutes away. You are more than 8 minutes away from the place. So
In that case, perhaps maybe we should just hide out in the forest, and then Magpie does what Magpie's gonna do. Depending, this is all very hinging on how much snow starts dumping on our heads. But if we camp out for the night, then hit the next morning, that would give Magpie the time to have darkness
Well, we don't need the next morning. We just go at sundown.
in the middle of the night. Yeah, we
Once
could
go
do
at
that
dusk.
too.
20 feet.
Go at
Okay,
dusk.
so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's about 300 feet if I get out of the back of the wagon while you're starting to do the first part of the plan. So I could run 300 feet down the length of the fort to get across the bridge up into the gate while invisible. That should be totally doable in 8 minutes, in significantly less than 8 minutes.
Kane, there's one big
So-
problem.
Hmm.
You're gonna leave footprints, dude.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna have a big bonus to stealth from my stealth and being invisible.
The invisibility gets negated by the footprints, I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
You're gonna have a
You leave-
mischance.
you leave footprints, but the stealth that is going to the stealth applies as a general to also not leaving footprints. The whole idea of not doing that. So you have to beat a stealth with survival, I think, to find
Not
things like
mud
that.
or snow.
So the
okay.
alternative
There's
is
mud and snow.
the alternative is that we enact the first part of the plan, and when they're coming out, I go in.
That's a thought.
Because once I'm
you
inside,
hear-
I can't leave footprints if I'm inside.
So Nahkräs, you and Meg get there. Let me go ahead and show you what Nahkräs and Meg see, so that can kind of shed some more information on what everybody's doing. The first thing
Interesting.
that Nahkräs sees is this stuff. You see patrols of ogres.
Which we were expecting.
Yeah.
You see
As of-
patrols of ogres all along the fort. I'll get to the right layer.
Hey, one of those is the half ogre.
One of those is a real ugly lady.
Come on, tokens, people. Tokens. So, you see this. You see this outside, and as you're approaching the cross, you see corpses hanging like Halloween decorations all through the trees all through these trees that you have to sneak through. Smells like smells like blood and piss and excrement and just nasty. It smells like a filthy charnel house.
Smells
and
like
it's
death.
just reeking from it.
Keep an eye open
Greeks
for
were
like
scared.
trips and alarms and stuff, because you usually think that because they're so gross, they're not smart, and we've been proven wrong on that before.
We have the perception is a 28.
28. You know there's
Mhm.
more inside. You can't see right now, but you definitely know there are more inside. You hear
But-
them talking and nibbling and stuff like that.
But I'm looking for traps.
Traps? You
Yeah.
actually don't see any traps out here in the woods. Instead, it seems like somebody's always patrolling. At least
Okay.
one person. Like this person comes out and looks around. Oops. This person comes out and looks around, goes back in. Another person comes out, looks around.
Okay. So when you have tokens on the board, like up here at B1, does that represent, is that one ogrekin or is that one patrol?
Each token represents one ogre.
Okay,
Not
gotcha.
ogre king.
These are
It
full ogres
represents a full ogre.
already. So I didn't get a chance to say this like as we're talking, but before like a lot of stuff would have went down, Nahkräs is going to take the blanket flag thing that has a bunch of black arrow insignias like woven together. And the idea
Okay.
is I can try to pull some of them off. I guess the next question is how much can I communicate with the other players?
They're away in the wagon
Got it.
right now. It's
Okay.
just you and me.
You don't have message or something as a spell, do you?
I do not.
Debbie
So-
does, but that's still a ways away.
Yeah.
Probably out of range.
What is
Nahkräs is
Meg's
gonna
intelligence?
6, is that right? Because she'd been awakened.
Well, yeah, we can say it's 6 because it's 5 on there. It has to be 6 to be awakened. And she can talk. So, it's 6. You hear a screech as she comes comes flying around. Ogres!
Be quiet.
She's way up in the air, man. I mean,
I had
You
told her
only
to
hear
come
it.
down, right?
That is what I was operating under as well.
well, you told her to scout ahead and fly.
And then
Right.
before we approach, she's to come back down so we can
Yeah.
approach without them seeing her.
Okay. Oh, so you don't want them to see her. You're specifically giving her that information.
Yep.
Okay. We need to make that clearer next time. Future
I
reference.
did.
Gotta have
I
that
thought,
clear.
yeah, I was on that
Yeah,
side.
I said that
We did.
explicitly.
Yeah, he did say
Okay, I
that.
may have missed it. Okay, as long as I'm not not trying to short you guys. So you do get back. Meg gets back before Nahkräs, so we can reveal
Nahkräs
Meg's
isn't going
information
back
in a
quite
little
yet. If like I was gonna tell Meg to go tell the party that they have patrols. I'm not
bit. Okay.
for now, I just
well,
want to like hide right here for the time being.
Okay, so Meg can go back, but she was flying when she was up, so she would
Her-
not have seen
Shooting the ogres.
inside the fort. She wouldn't see
Okay.
inside the fort unless she was allowed to fly above the fort.
That's fine.
She wouldn't see within the walls.
We'll figure out what's in there once we like get there. We have enough flying in the party that's not the issue. So real quick, Adam, the like where the map hits right here, where like the map cuts off because that's not like on the board for the players. What kind of terrain is that? Is that like mountainside or is that more forest or?
It's pretty forested up to it, but you can tell that they come in. It's rocky and foresty and mountainy. It's not easy terrain, so
Okay.
moving certain things up there might be difficult. But other than that,
It's the first thought that comes to my head. Like if there's not enough terrain to pull a bunch of these guys like way out, I was thinking like I have spider climb. I could sneak around, run up the back of whatever 2 areas of the Eagles is. If there's like a mountainside, I can sneak up and see if we
Oh,
can like,
that?
free them. Yeah.
oh, that's pretty steep cliffs. I mean, you can make it.
Okay.
You can make it.
Especially with spider
Mm.
climb.
Yeah, but it goes pretty high up there, and you're not sure how high the areas are.
Yeah.
And you're not even sure the black arrows aren't even sure if the eagles are there
Mhm.
anymore.
Okay.
Because from what they heard, the ogres ran them off while they
Yeah.
were going around.
Nahkräs is gonna. The eagle keeps fucking me up. Nahkräs is gonna go like, if the party's coming back up, I'm gonna move like over like if I assume we're not just gonna hit the road, but I'm gonna where the forest meets the road and see what they do.
So real quick, Adam. I thought we were gonna switch the tokens out. Yeah. Default
Busted.
token.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Delete. We'll switch that token.
I didn't say it last time
And-
because we were on the same map, but I figured when we changed maps, it would change. But I guess you just copied them over. Copy paste.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Close that. Emmy transformed.
That's a big token. I
Oh,
also
man.
don't have
As a
control of it.
big fox.
No, we're
Hey,
spotted.
Foxy. Hey. Okay. So that's what you guys are seeing, or what you see. Is everyone else going up?
I mean, we're gonna hide the wagon, and we don't want to be seen by the fort.
Well, wasn't the plan to come up with the wagon as a distraction?
No, that was the sled, not
Well,
the wagon.
Yeah, we gotta wait for the
Mazes
queue
missed the
anyway,
wagon.
man.
Well, I thought we had to
I'm
leave this
sticking with the wagon. That's my good static plan from here on out is to stick with the wagon because I'm not a very stealthy cat.
Well,
So
I imagine that we take the wagon into the tree line, and then we
Just hide it.
go as far, out here as possible, so we can take a look at what's going on.
okay. There's rocks and trees all along the road that leads up.
Real
So,
covert style.
Let me make sure, but I think you approach from B1, not from the other side unless you want to.
That would make a lot more sense.
yeah.
Well, if that's the case, then
Yeah.
Cross would definitely want to approach from where there is more cover to hide everybody than just like, well, the squares are 20 feet. We could
On
definitely
this
fit
particular
everybody
map, they are.
Yeah, heresy.
Yeah.
So you can. This is the road that leads up, from what I understand from the module. So this is a separate road, and there you go. You can kind of get an idea. No one's seen inside yet. It's not closed or anything, but you can see that there are. It's not closed in the sense of, oh, you can't see movement inside of the gates when they open and close them, but they do keep them kind of closed, considering that it's a fort. You want to have it fortified.
Okay.
Waka.
Waka 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 waka.
Waka waka waka.
Waka waka. Anyone want to hear a funny acid joke?
Not right now, there, Fuzzy. It's not the time.
Greg's brought his Gripply Psychic to be the voice of reason on this siege. What?
Well, all the tokens are up there.
Oh, I heard my name and then I heard like,
Fuck you, Tommy.
yeah, that's what it's time to fight.
All right. So, do we want to try and get a patrol?
I think we should do this like we did the house. Bring them into the
Absolutely.
forest, take them out. We'll address the fort after we address the patrols.
Sounds like a plan.
So you do remember that they said that Jukardros and the information you got from Caven said there was at least 10 or 20 ogres in there.
Yeah.
It's not
Oh, we
how
could
it
kill
is.
20 ogres in a row.
Mm-hmm.
We just
I
bait
think-
them all out.
I think
Yep.
our best way is to lure this one in, kill it, maybe sabotage the gates. I don't know.
Okay.
Sabotaging one of the gates seems like a really good idea because otherwise we get flanked. If we get hung up here,
Yeah.
Okay.
that
So
ought to be like almost priority one.
okay. So let's turn Magpie invisible, and I will go in and do that.
Okay.
If you could rig it so that it fell on one of the ogres as it was passing under, that'd be even better.
Fatality!
Technically, I think I can. I'm pretty sure when you sabotage an item, you can set like a condition.
Set it to fail when it's activated.
Yeah.
A portcullis just jams down on someone's dome and they're
Set it
dead.
to trap mode.
Yeah.
Open, close,
Oh,
kill the
you've
next dude who
activated my
opens it.
trap card.
The eagle
Yeah.
agrees. Love that eagle.
I've been playing far too much Shadows of Mordor, turning things into traps.
I'm gonna duct tape this nail bomb to this tree and
Fancy seeing you here again.
Ranger!
Ranger!
Oh, same orc I've killed 7 times.
Remember me? No, I don't.
Yeah, I should have protective. I got protective penumbra this level, so I can always cast that. That'll help
How long's that
Magpie.
last?
Oh yeah, then
10
it'll
minutes
just be
per
a
level.
shadow moving across the.
More importantly, it gives him a place to dimension door if it goes south.
Which I can't do. yet.
Oh, you can't do that yet? Didn't you do that in like the basement?
No, I was hiding in plain sighting.
Oh,
It
Uh,
keeps
use
you
the wrong
slightly in shadow at all times, which means you can be invisible during daylight.
Yeah, but in broad daylight, that means
there's
there's
this
gonna
sudden
be a
black
shadow
ball moving across the snow.
across the very, very white snow.
It could be just
I
a
don't know, it
cloud.
doesn't
Time
say
to get
anything
there,
about
there
that.
is no snow. There is no
It
snow
could,
right.
it could be a cloud in the sky that's just causing this slight, dim patch.
Just a wisp of
That could
cloud.
be- Yes, this.
I have a little rain cloud.
Oh,
All right.
oh,
Should I
yeah,
kite
oh,
wax?
The honey tree.
Too small to be a cloud, and it's moving against the wind.
Hide.
All right. Before we start playing the movie mentally in our mind, we need to
Play
continue.
Runelords.
Yeah.
All right. So
So is Magpie? I'm hearing that Magpie is going to go in and scout in some way,
Yeah,
or what's
I
happening?
still think invisibility is my best shot to clear the distance between us and the wall, because once I'm inside, it'll be easier to find dim light.
So you don't want to be kept slightly in shadow,
I
as per the wording.
I
That
just
probably ends
think it's
really
gonna
badly.
backfire on me. I feel like Adam can find a way around that.
Yeah, he will.
Oh, come on! I'm just running the little girl that found a way to keep a pet troll.
That's
for
not a pet. You have it partially submerged in a vat of acid.
Yeah, that's
not-
evil as hell.
She's Elmira.
You don't know what she's going to look like full grown.
I can guess it accurately, but I don't know.
okay, so all right, I'll give you invisibility.
Okay.
Doesn't last
So
as long.
Mazes.
Well, how long is Connective?
You got
Before
80
we get
rounds.
into
Go.
Our
10 minutes
magic
per
thing
level.
contest.
So
10
Mazes
minutes
gives
per
you
level.
fine print.
Ah, I get it. It's because it's hard to read.
Yeah.
Well, it could have been hidden charges or hidden fees.
Yeah.
Secret chopper. Secret
That's
chopper.
pretty
secret,
good,
secret
actually.
chopper.
These all sound like Pokemon moves that Mazes would have.
That's what he is. He's a money Pokemon.
Hidden fee.
He's Meowth.
Yeah.
Yes. Every move he knows is payday.
Before Magpie goes off, Nahkräs is going to cast Carry Companion on his Warcat, give his Warcat to Magpie, and I don't know what the command word is, but in case it goes south, he'll have somebody else on the board with him.
I'm waiting and hoping that it will go south.
Thanks, Dick.
It's Puma, because when am I ever
Then
gonna
it
say
can
the word
all
Puma?
happen very quickly, and we can win.
Yes, that's what will happen if I'm ambushed by ogres.
Well, we haven't lost yet.
Okay.
Famous last words.
Just spitting in the face of God.
Exactly.
So,
Okay.
So, here's the Earth.
Here is the fort.
Round.
This is my little tiny bird body. It's very round. And I am now invisible, and I'm going to go down the road past this guy. He's stupid. And then I'm going to go in here.
Sweet
what's
rogue,
your
you
stealth
might
check?
say.
At least roll me a stealth check. I mean,
Okay,
come on.
I'm gonna do it. Hold on. I'm getting there. Sorry, I was doing a bit.
Fire the missiles! The timely times.
That is a
Abysmally high number.
Hey.
34, which is a 44 with stealth. I mean invisibility.
That would be a 54. If
Oh,
it's 20,
54, yeah.
4 feet
Yes, that's we've come full circle. I corrected you on your math. You corrected me on my math.
60.
Okay. So, you go in. Show me where you want to move to, and how long
I
does this
wanna
last
be-
again?
8 minutes. So
8
I'm
minutes?
booking it.
Yeah,
That's
you're
why
booking
I
it,
said
for
protective penumbra. That'd be 80 minutes.
There's also a big old black spot on the ground.
Yeah, I don't think that works actually.
Yeah, no,
No?
that literally that spell exists. Just like if the PC wants to be a vampire, they can cast
Yeah.
it. And
It
It just
doesn't-
says it keeps the target slightly in shadow. It doesn't say there's
Yeah.
a little black spot on the ground.
It doesn't do the low. What is it called? Low light.
Dim.
it doesn't
light.
dim
An
the light
area
to
of
make a
dim
shadow
light.
for.
It says slightly in shadow, so
Yeah, but it's not enough.
Okay. Across the bridge in the gatehouse.
This is what you see, these ogres milling about. You hear ogres in this area too. It might not be on the right layer. You hear ogres this way in this house. You hear some ogre language in this house, and you hear ogre language down this way, but you can't see down that way really yet.
that says cookhouse. I totally read that as coke house.
I mean, they're ogres. It could also be that.
They have meth teeth, so I mean,
All these
I got
ogres
meth
have
mouth real bad.
horrible meth. Okay, so that's going to be a disable device of... What kind of device would you call the gear house of a portcullis?
it's a big old mechanism.
Modify,
Not sure.
modify 30.
That's enough. That's enough to sabotage it. And
Yeah,
you're wanting to
plus
put
19.
on, so you're putting on a condition for it to fall, or what?
Yes, it will. So okay, so if it's open right now, I want to rig it to have the gears fail, or like slip, basically. When they try to close it.
When something heavy tries to go through it.
Yeah, when something large vibrating.
A tripwire is probably involved.
Yeah, it could be a tripwire.
I'm invisible. Can I rig it to
Well, they're going. Here's the thing: they're going in and out of it all the time.
Mhm.
So, you guys have been scoping it out for maybe close to an hour. They go in and out of it like 3 or 4 times an hour, maybe more.
Okay. It also says that you can rig it to fail after an amount of time. So how would I
Right.
rig it to fail
Okay.
in an hour?
Like
You can
would
rig it
be
to
rigged
fail in an hour.
Like 4 times.
So if someone tries to touch it in an hour, is the next you can rig it to where like the next time someone tries to touch it, it won't work.
Mhm.
Or you can rig it to where it's like where it stays up, or you can rig it to where it falls. And you can kind of get it. You can kind of put like a sandbag weight on it, to where it's pushing ever slowly down tension on it. Maybe that it would eventually go and either stay stuck up or stay stuck down, depending on your proclivity.
I'm sure
Yeah.
we want it stuck down.
Yeah, I want it stuck down so they can't open it to flank us if we get caught outside.
Yeah. On the subject of that, Adam,
Okay.
how high are the walls?
Remember that picture that
But mechanically, because I can cast communal spider climb, how high are they?
they're about 30-ish feet to the first Merlon.
Okay. How high to the top? That's not 30 feet, surely.
Be 30, yeah, to the top of the thing. The Merlons are those pokey things on the top of
Okay, gotcha.
a wall. So the tallest Merlon is like 33 feet
Okay, gotcha.
from the base of the wall, not
Right.
from the base of this rocky, cliffy stuff
hmm
that would also need climbed up. That's
true.
probably going to run you. That's the highest one of that is probably closer to 60 feet,
Okay.
60 to 70.
So super easy for us to get over it if we need to with spider climb.
Okay, so I'm gonna rig
Right
this
now
gate
it
to
is daylight.
fail in an hour,
What-
or
what
if
if
it's
you-
used. Like if they
What-
if they crank the lever to use it, it will also fail. Like it'll go down like it's supposed to, but it will not come back up.
Okay.
And what if you timed it with the patrols? Like if they're going through every quarter of an hour, so 4 times an hour.
Just have it just straight up kill a patrol.
I don't know if I can get the
It's-
timing that accurate unless I was the one that tripped it.
Yeah.
A trip
I will
wire
say
wouldn't
that-
be bad then.
It's 4 or 5 times an hour, but it's not like on time. It's not like every 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
He'll go
ogres.
in.
This is hardly clockwork.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
I'm just gonna set it to fail either in the next hour or the next time it's used, whichever comes first. And I'm gonna get out of here because
Okay.
I'm running out of time.
All right.
All right. Did
and
you want to
then-
go the other way, or did you want to go back out the way you came? With the
dark
way
is
the
it
sun
in-
is
How dark is it
Okay, so
inside
this
the walls?
inside the walls, it is slightly darker because all of the shadow is coming from mainly it's coming from this way. So the sun's this way, and then the shadow's coming in this way.
Can't see.
So almost all. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer.
Yeah.
So the sun is over here, and it's going this way because this is north up. This is north right up here.
Yeah, and this is like a
Each,
mountain,
north each.
correct? So,
There should be a lot of shade.
yeah.
So it would be dim
There's-
lighting inside right now.
Inside the wall, the shadow of the wall is giving dimish light because it is sunsetty time. It's not sunset yet. I'm not trying to say that, but you guys are getting there probably at 2 or 3 o'clock.
Late afternoon.
It's probably closer to 3 o'clock right now. So, no, that's not the north is selecting the
North is
up
top.
here.
Oh,
There we go.
Did we rotate it? So before north
The
was going
thing-
the other direction.
North is up this way, which means this is a southern road. This is the road you wound in on. This road, I believe, goes further up the mountain in a southern fashion.
Oh,
This
what do
is
you know?
east.
Yeah,
I
this
was
will
wrong.
be the east.
So most of, if not all, of the sunlight is causing shade in here.
I thought it was rotated so that north was
The top.
here, not the top. I thought it was not rotated to be the top. I thought it was rotated to be the left of the map.
Actually,
No.
the sun would be closer to the actual mountain on this end
Yeah.
where I'm pinging.
Yeah, and
3
it's,
So
o'clock?
long story short is Magpie
The
has
east
all
is
the
this
hide in
way.
plain sight he ever wanted.
yeah, sun rises in the east, sets in the west.
Yeah, the east is over here.
So that means
No,
the sun
the
would be setting
east is
over
there.
here.
Yeah,
Never eat shredded wheat.
Yeah,
Okay,
never.
Yes.
west is on the left side of the map.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what's happening. Man, Paizo, this map is weird.
yeah. The map that Arrows
Okay.
gave us and the map that we're using here is not oriented in the same direction.
Correct.
Yeah.
No. So, anyway,
So if anything,
north,
it's realistic.
south.
Yeah, right.
Well, I'm
Made by
not
humans
complaining
for
about that.
humans.
But with
Wait,
with
I
the
have
wall
to move the
and
map.
the wall of the mountain, that would still provide
Damn
quite
it.
a bit of shade.
Yes.
Yeah.
So most
Yeah.
of the thing is in shade, and most of the you are in shadow for sure. And right, like behind this house, there's definitely enough shadow to be considered dim light. It's kind of trickier the right closer to the wall, but maybe.
It's probably a bad idea, but I could just hide in here.
Without
Hide in
telling
plain
I
sight.
anyone.
want to know that.
Well, we said I was gonna go in and sabotage the gate.
You could sabotage the gate right on top of somebody, then move to the other one, I guess.
So I'm gonna say, with the time you've spent in here, you're about halfway through your this. You've spent 3 of your 8 minutes. We'll say that.
Oh, fuck it, fine. I'll just go
So-
back.
Well, I mean, you can
We're
go
gonna-
which way? You going that way?
Man, you already
I'm gonna go-
used that
I'm
word.
gonna come out the way I went.
Okay. All right.
I'm not gonna walk through the thing and have it wear out like while I'm coming out this gatehouse.
Yeah.
Well, it's 20 feet. So, how many rounds? I wouldn't break it down into rounds. You'd have enough rounds to get around to the other side if you wanted to scout that way. But if you want to go out the regular way, you can.
So shall we do it?
Go around? Well, we gotta go around to the other side then.
Yep.
Or no, we're drawing them out this gate, and then it'll fail. Right?
Is that the plan?
I
Sure.
thought we would. Yeah.
We'll go with it. It's the worst thing that could happen.
Indeed. What's the worst thing that
So
could happen?
Mazus is like unbraiding his beard and his hair, and I get a less appealing look, if you would.
Dolling himself up.
put like a burlap sack on his quarterstaff to hide the gold part.
So you're just a crazy old
Okay.
man with a bag on a stick?
Yup.
All right,
The rubber band
That's-
collection.
doable. So
He'll get on his sleigh,
Okay,
and he'll
maybe a
have
bit of a
the
disguise check, I guess.
sure. I mean, yeah. I mean, these are minor changes. It's pretty easy.
Okay,
Tommy, I
And,
straight up
to
forgot you gave
clarify-
me your cat.
what do you guys? Is Aaron gonna be here?
She's gonna be in the wagon, I think.
And the wagon's further down the trail. Okay. Is Meg gonna be here?
I think she should.
The issue is, I don't think Gideon wants to leave Erin by herself unprotected.
That's true.
So he'll leave Meg with Erin with the intentions of protecting the cart and protecting Erin.
Okay. So she will be over here. And the arrows want to go with you to Fort Rannoch to help reclaim it. Do you let them?
I'm not
I
gonna
say
tell
yes.
him no.
Yes, but this is our operation, and you are just helping us, helping you. Remember? So you need to come with us, if you know the difference here.
As long as we get to cut down those filthy ogres.
Oh, you'll get plenty of chance.
All right, let's go.
All right, I'm gonna get myself killed.
How long does this whole event take?
Well, are we first? Is this ogre right there still there?
Yeah, he's just kind of milling about, walking around, you know.
Are we trying to
He goes
track him
down
to the
and
forest
drinks out of
first?
the water sometimes.
I think we should.
We'll see what happens.
I still say Aura the Unremarkable and lure him in.
It's not a bad
But
idea.
The issue with that aura is it only works for 30 feet around you.
Yeah, well, there's one ogre there.
yeah,
But
I'm
yeah.
you have to
about
get
this
within
guy up
30
here.
feet of it.
Yes.
If he's past 30 feet, he still sees you.
Well, that's what invisibility's for, right? That's up to Mazus, though.
No, we can't cast invisibility on everyone. That's not
Yeah.
doable.
Spell slots
not-
are very
that's not-
important.
It's just not economic.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
He'll drive his sleigh down the road, and he has
With some-
his like trail rations next to him.
Oh, okay. So you see him. You see him go. Whoa, man flesh! They say, and you hear other noises within the fort go. Man flesh. Where? Here, man flesh. Don't you hear thumping?
Mazus is just wheeling down the road like, oh, what a hot day. Better rub this butter on myself. Oh, no.
We potentially may need that other gate closed.
Hope I
All
don't
right, I
drop
guess
this
I'll start
bag of
heading this way.
parsley. Oh.
I'm really confused as to why we're going through the gate we sabotaged. Oh no, I see why. Because you want to trap him. Yeah.
I don't think we're going through any of the gates. We're going to go through the other tunnel. It's
Yeah.
just we need the gates to shut so that there's confusion.
Let's roll initiative.
Sowing
Alright.
chaos.
Basically.
I am but a humble merchant looking to sell this bag of Mrs. Dash. Oh no!
Oh man.
I'm just here to bring rations to the fort.
That you have.
All right.
Rations and ale.
Ooh. That actually sounds quite nice.
Hello, sir. I'd like to talk to you about your air conditioning and water cooling heating system.
Hello. I'd like to talk about Abadar, our Lord and Savior.
There is no greater sin.
Our
Yes,
Lord of
Central Area.
Savings. Thank you.
I have a question for you. Have you found Abadar?
You haven't? Price drop.
Have you found material wealth in your life? No?
You don't have any
Oh,
money because
yes,
you're a
I
stupid
have.
ogre? What's Fireball? What is Fireball in Abadarese? Hot
Hot sale.
prices! Bam!
Fire sale?
Hot sale.
Red tag event.
Oh god.
Fire sale.
Yeah, it's got to be fire sale.
Unless that's Meteor.
Meteor swarm.
No, that's everything must go.
Black
Yeah.
Friday.
I like that.
This is a big initiative order.
It is.
But
Yes.
You guys wanted to do it this way. Emmy, you're first. You see that the alarm has been raised. Man flesh, man flesh.
Yeah, that sounds more like attack than let's buy shit. So
Yeah.
Maybe a
uh,
nice entangling thing right in front of the gatehouse.
well,
Does anybody
the
have that
idea is that
spell?
they get out of the gatehouse first, right?
well, it should go off when the first couple ogres come out.
Yeah.
I
So
meant, like, right
like
Okay.
where?
there. Right where it says
Huh?
like B1, right at the end of the bridge.
Take too long
Oh.
for our turns with this long of an initiative order. We
Yeah.
will revert to our. I will resort to the egg timer.
Man, you're mean.
She will.
Figure your turns out, Tommy.
She will hold action for the ogres, more ogres to come out and then entangle them.
Okay, holding action
them
for
in the
more
entangle.
ogres.
Yeah.
Across
I'm gonna hold action as well
to.
to
Just the
until
entire
further
action?
notice. I'm delaying. Yeah.
Okay, you're delaying. Gotcha.
Do we want to
Magpie?
grab the other gate? I'm saying this to the whole party. Do we want to grab the other gate? Like, do you want me to
Probably
step
not a
on?
bad idea.
Okay,
Go.
then I'm gonna start moving around.
I'm gonna follow him.
Okay.
He can
that
hide in
means
plain
it's
sight.
about. Yep. It's about a square around.
In the dark, I can hide in plain sight.
Yeah.
Every other round would be 2 squares for a 30-foot movement speed.
You're moving faster than. If you're stealthing, you can only move half your speed, right?
Well, he
Unless
might
you've
have
got
that
something.
stuff.
I mean, yes, but
Okay.
I should have taken Rogue's Edge with stealth. I don't know why I didn't think to do that.
So what we can do to make it simple is you can move a space around. How about
Yeah, okay.
that? Okay.
Doing the same. I would like to go right after Magpie on the initiative.
Okay.
Well,
we
these
can
these
go-
these squares are 20 foot wide. We might as well just stack us.
Yeah. I take their own action and huff and puff and Actually, I don't, because they'll hear me. You get the idea.
Okay. So you guys move. That means you go after him in the initiative, and I'll fix that in a minute. So I don't think that I need one from Magpie, but Nahkräs, go ahead and roll me a stealth check.
Got it. I don't know the name of the aspects off the top of my head, but my workout has a +8 -4 on stealth right now. And I'm gonna just like duck down in the saddle.
Okay.
So it's a 28, yeah.
You know, with the way their shoulders move, it would be really weird riding a dog or a cat.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
super rough. And when like I'm using rake when I grab things, which implies in my head the cat is flipping over and kicking, so it's real bad. Saddle has to like rotate over here. Greg knows. Greg has a cat.
Yeah, I've got 2.
Yeah.
And they rake
Saddle
each
has
other
to rotate.
all the time.
Saddle has to
They
rotate.
do. They wrestle. They wrestle.
It's like a bad roller coaster ride.
Okay.
Hey, Gideon.
For Gideon's turn, he's gonna move forward in the tree lines near Emmy.
Okay. So right about where you are then? Are you right with Emmy?
Right, basically like right near Emmy. He's gonna pull out
Okay.
the composite longbow and draw it, and he's holding an attack for whenever something gets entangled.
Okay.
I should be able to hit that from here. That should be my first
So-
range. 20, 40, 60. Yeah, that should be my first range increment.
All right. So Jakardros, seeming to catch your lead, will do the same on his turn, and his cat will move to be beside him, right about, I guess, there maybe. Well, right with him. Just move them together, waiting to be able to pounce. Mazus, what are you doing?
One more for the road. Rations for the Fort Rannick. Ale and bread and meat and
Stuff?
Man
Why is
flesh.
that the wizard?
Because he's the salesman. You should be able to talk
Teleport.
someone up. Where's your
He's-
diplomacy, Mason?
Do you legit want to try and talk them up? I mean,
I believe in you.
Kind of
You
common.
got this.
They don't really speak common, but you know the word for man flesh.
Yeah, I was
Almost
gonna say, they
anybody
know
knows
man
the word
flesh.
for man flesh.
You know that would
Super
real good.
convincing.
That is hilarious.
Abadar! I found where all the good House
13.
Divided rolls are going. They're going to Mazes' diplomacy check.
Think
Right
all
there.
your rolls are going to your other games. All your
Yeah.
We've hit whatever like a mathematical tipping point there is where
So this guy starts to move forward, and then you see him kind of. You see his brow furrow. Not with. He doesn't really understand what you're saying, apparently, but it's the tone that you have that seems to stop him.
He's like waving the trade rations.
he's so taken aback by your excellent customer service.
Food!
Wait a second. It's delicious, man.
So,
Something off.
so you.
And he's
Move
actually
forward.
gonna be to cast price drop, basically where B1 is, just as other the ogres inside are moving out, basically to trap them.
Okay, when other ogres enter this space, we're casting price drop.
Yeah, when the first ogre comes there.
So it's certain ogres' turn to move now. So this one moves here. This one's they're gonna move. They can move 2 squares. 1, 2, and from the other side, you see. Let me get to the correct overlay. We'll just make them aware on the board.
Ooh, there's a lot of ogres.
1, 2, right under there. 1.
It's not enough man flesh for all of them.
All right, and then it's Valtemros. He's going to move. You see someone coming up here, so he's going to move right here and wait by Jakardros, and then the female ogres move. 1, 2, 1, 2. What else? Someone said man flesh. They're not going to move yet, though. Okay. Now it's the big ogre's turn. This guy. 1, 2, and yeah, that'll be fine. So, that's basically the round. What happens? This one has gotten close. It's got a javelin in its hand, but it kind of looks at you, and it's like, it shouts at the back to the others.
So for the
They
two of us
shout.
in the party who can speak giant, what did he say?
And then the others reply, "Quoi?" And basically he said, "The man flesh bears food." And they say, "What?" So they're kind of like, "Hmm?"
The man flesh is food.
And
Silly
so he kinda-
Grognar.
Oh, so confused.
So
What
he
is
kind of
food?
lowers his spear, and he kind of looks at you, and he'll say,
They're really bashing their melons on this one.
Food. Good food. For you.
He's still holding his javelin, but he's got it down at his side at the moment. Kind of looks at your thing. How high do you have it piled?
The what?
The little sled. How high do you have it piled?
With like rations and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like the majority of it is not food. The majority is just placebo.
Right, but I mean, how high is the pile of
Oh.
the placebo?
Yeah.
He's
How high
got
did
my
we-
sack.
How high did we
You'll
stack
have my sack
firewood
on there.
underneath this tarp?
Pretty high. I mean,
Yeah.
the idea was to have like a shipment for the entire fort, so a delivery basically.
Oh, so he kind of looks and goes, "Duh, duh," and he motions you to go into the fort. "Duh, duh."
You're
I knew
After
this
you.
was gonna fucking backfire.
Yep.
After you.
Ooh.
Lead on.
Do you want me to knock him out? Because I'm standing here with an unused round and a slumber spell.
You can try it. He's gonna wave him to come closer. And just
Come here. No, you
He's gonna
come
look
here.
at you. He's gonna look at you. Motion towards the fort with the javelin.
no.
We need
All
some
right,
more of that Avatar diplomacy.
I am
And
gonna
Gimme.
blow some slumber at him, and I don't
Blow
know.
my
You
kiss.
wanna-
I don't think this will destroy the plan if he keels over asleep, but it's certainly going to increase the general confusion, which might help. So yeah, I don't. Can I? It's a 30-foot range, so if I move
You'd have to
here,
get closer.
yeah,
Yeah, it's,
to
You can only
Wait.
move one square.
only one.
1.5.
So I was here. Can only move one. Okay, because it's a
Go diagonal.
Yeah, double
Yeah.
diagonal.
You can go diagonal
Be
to
there.
like.
Can
the-
I
the
get him
cross
that?
section.
I can
Go,
slumber.
go, go just where the E is. The bottom of the
Yeah.
E.
Okay, yeah, right there.
That should be close enough.
Cool.
You-
Yeah, and I guess I'll fling a slumber at him, which, since we leveled up, and also from the Corset of Dire Witchcraft, pretty sure it's a 21 DC right now. Yeah,
Okay.
6, half my level is 4, plus 1 from the Dire Witchcraft, and then 10 base is 21 DC for Will.
Make
can
that will
take
save
that big of a creature?
Ogre Boy. Yeah, it's,
Yeah,
it's limited by hit die. It's a hex, not a
So
spell.
all the
Oh, nice.
So if it's a dumb creature, perfect.
So, you decide to take your turn at the end.
Yeah,
So,
because we'd already cycled past me, so I figured I might as well have held it.
So, Emmy's about to do something, do something to try and help Mazus out, and then Wayko just kind of goes up and
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 to sleep, big fat T, in the middle of the field.
there you go. That's what he starts to do. He says,
We'll be snoozing, we'll be bruising.
All your family's gonna die.
Wonderful. Magical even.
he's asleep.
Great.
Emmy, now what do you want to do?
Okay, that's interesting. So,
The best part is he just needs to cackle now and he stays asleep.
yeah, and that'll draw attention to the forest,
And-
which I think is
And I
what
can
we want.
still put out more hexes because cackling is now a swift action for me.
Not a
Nice.
move.
I mean, if you walk over there and pit cane that dude in the head, it'll definitely draw the other ogres out.
Give him the cane.
And wake him up.
He
Yeah.
wakes up dead. He wakes up for a split second before his nose caves into his
But
brain.
you can't go across sleeping.
I don't-
You can. You totally can.
You just can't do it as a
You
swift
can-
action. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
full
it's a
round.
full round.
No.
Yeah.
The coup de
But
grace.
a cackle.
Problem is, do you really expect Mazes to do enough damage on a coup de grace?
Hey, he does a D6.
I
That's
don't need to
respectable.
kill him.
He
We're just trying to.
He does one of the spare ones, you know.
He can
If anything,
coup de grace with
you
a
should
touch
know
spell. He
what's
can
wrong
shock
with
and
your
grasp.
Yeah, true. Shocking grass.
Yeah.
No, no, no,
Like
no.
his brain.
It's gonna be the cane or nothing.
It's not
Big
good.
man, he looks so tired. What happened to him?
All right. So, I mean, we'll.
yeah,
Yeah.
This is one of the, from what Magpie has seen, this is one of the more buff, meaty, stronger looking ogres.
Good.
I mean, we'll step further into the forest on sort of this line sticking out here,
Okay.
and she will, again, hold action for these guys to come investigate, so she can entangle them.
Okay. Magpie?
We're
heard
gonna
you
keep
heard a-
moving.
Yeah, you heard what kind of happened? Well, actually, I don't know that you could. 20, 40...
It's a
20,
plus
40,
1 to the DC for
10.
every 10 feet you are away. I just looked it up.
Oh. So yeah, I mean, you could probably hear it.
2,
What
4,
happened?
6, 8, 10, 12, plus 12, plus 14-ish. to the DC.
Yeah.
And the DC's like a 5 because he's out in the open.
Do you hear the sound of
Yeah.
an ogre shouting?
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't shouting when he fell asleep,
Oh, yeah.
but you guys hear. There's no real need to roll for that. You guys hear what happened. So, what do you and Nahkräs want to do?
I want to keep moving because that's definitely going to call attention through that gate.
Yeah, I'll follow him.
Okay. All right. You two stealth forward. Gideon, what do you want to do?
Well, given that this, you know the saying, plan never
Never survives when we half-ass plan it on Facebook.
He's actually going to run
So 2 squares. Okay.
3, is it not?
For a run? Oh, 3 times your speed?
It's 4 times. It's 4 times, 5 times if he has run.
Nah, he's
Like the
heavy.
feet.
3
I
times
the armor,
heavy
so 3
armor.
times. So, Gideon is going to move up to here
Okay.
in front of Mazus and say, "Well, it looks like the plan's going a little haywire, but this should be good." And he's trying.
It's just like, I had it under
Dragon's
control.
Light.
I was going to sell it to him first before
Yeah.
they came and killed me.
It went better than expected.
Be prepared. They should be coming out the gate anytime.
I'm hoping so.
I was going to sell them sticks.
We're going to get their gold.
They were going to
anyways.
eat those sticks.
I was going to convince them they were hard jerky. They would have believed me.
Would have been a beautiful partnership. I
Alright.
love gold.
You see that Jakardros, if you kind of glance back, he and Val are fairly well hidden, but you see that they're watching this particular one, and they seem to be waiting for it to get closer. Mazus.
All right, let's move the cart a little closer. He'll share the square with this guy, I guess. It's a big square. It's
It
a
is 20
20 feet square. Yeah. And it's gonna be ready with that pit. I guess they're not even gonna come out this turn. Anyway,
They should
it's
be
gonna be
pretty close to it.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
ready
it
with that
depends.
pit.
Okay. So, these guys see a shiny metal man. They know what that means. And they see an old dude with a stick.
Canned
And
food.
their buddy fell asleep.
Canned food.
So, there you go. They are not happy. They're going to move. They're going to take some actions themselves.
They killed him with
10,
invisible magic.
15, 20. Would this trigger you to what you're wanting to do, or is it 21?
Ooh, I don't see any movement here.
Oh, hold on. 20. 1, 2, 3, 4
Hmm.
for their run.
If they're taking the
5.
run action, it has to be in a straight line.
Oh, that's right. Well, these are big squares.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Straight
Well,
lines are awkward.
that's gonna trigger my trap card.
All right. Mazus yells, "Price drop!"
Price drop.
Hadn't he already cast it?
No,
No,
he
he
was
was holding.
holding.
Oh, okay.
So DC 20 reflex.
Because they're good at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a no.
We're targeting their weak saves. This is the
Holy
only hard part of the plan.
crap. And it's a 40-foot drop.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, it's 30. It count. It's maximum 30 feet.
Maximum 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's what 3d6.
Yeah, this isn't Pathfinder 2nd Edition yet.
Yeah.
That then create pit's gonna be really scary.
I think they might just nerf create pit.
They have to.
Make it a 10-foot drop or something.
Mm.
5-foot drop.
Oh no!
Cast it at a higher spell level, and you drop even further, and you can cast it at 9th level, 10th
Or
level,
10th
because there's
level.
10th level spells,
Yeah.
and you drop them
Drop
100 feet.
and they do.
Oh.
Quick question: Is that 10 by 10 per 2 caster levels too, or is it just 10 by 10?
No, it's just 10 by 10.
God, that'd be good. Create trench.
So he takes 8 points of mighty fall damage, and he's at the bottom of the pit.
Mighty
Yeah.
fall.
Basically, the pit's at the end of the bridge or something like that, right? Or is
Yeah,
that where is it?
Yeah.
that's the idea, so that they can't reach the other side of the bridge without jumping over the pit, basically.
Yeah, it does take up basically the entire exit of that ramp, of that bridge.
Well, not
So-
necessarily without having to jump over it, but if they run past it, they're gonna have to make a reflex save to avoid, like, tripping. Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Takes an entire square, basically. So there's that. He falls in. The others are moving. These guys are... let me see. These guys can move further, too. They would have moved probably to there and saw the pit get created. They couldn't move any further anyway. This guy is going to move down. Is he? What is the range on
I
that?
think you just, yeah, you moved that guy already.
This guy's been on the... I'm talking about this guy who's on the wall. He hasn't moved yet. Sure, he'll come down. And this guy, 4, he's not going to run. He's going to move to there and see what's going on. These guys are 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. That's all of them. Vale,
Okay. That's the end of their initiative pass. The yellow ogres.
Yeah.
Okay. Now the gate should close.
Okie dokie. And the gate goes. And they're like, oh, oh, and they're like, and so you see them trying to direct others to fuss about what to do about it. C'est quoi? So,
¿Por qué?
¿por qué? So there you go. You guys see Val kind of hold himself where he is. The female ogres are going to. Let me see. Yes.
Question: would that trigger Emmy's action or no?
You were holding the spell. You could hold. You could release your entangle. It would go right after the green dudes. Is that what you want to do?
Does that help now that that gate's closed?
It'll create more chaos at the gate, causing more people to go that way is the idea. Because it's a 40-foot radius spread, so that's 2 squares in either direction, or in each direction. So she could cast it somewhere like right under where the gate is closed, prevent them from like lifting it or anything like that.
Yeah, but there are no plants there, though.
I'm sure there's some kind of plants, not necessarily trees or anything like that.
It's completely barren. On the
Yeah. When you look at the
picture.
when you look at the picture, the fort itself, and it's a constantly walked on fort inside. So, grass would be a tough sell, tough fight to have in there.
Well, there's a river. I'm sure there's roots reaching down to it from here, or so. I don't know. I'll let you have your ruling on that because you're the game master. So I have to. But
Well, I rolled high enough. You can try it.
I can try it. Okay, that's better than nothing.
I mean, you can try it without me rolling, but anyway.
All right. So, yeah, that is DC 17 reflex.
Where do you want to try and cast it? Remember that each square is 20.
Yeah, so it goes. It's a 40-foot radius, so that's 2 squares each direction from right under the gate.
Okay. So right
'Cause
under
she
the
has
gate.
line of sight, like basically straight out from where she's at.
To clarify, then you're talking about right here.
That goes 2 squares each direction, so it'd be bigger than that. But yeah, generally right there.
So let me clarify then. This is 40 feet square right here.
Yes, that's only 1/2 of it. 'Cause it's 40-foot radius, not diameter.
So this
Yeah, that's about the size. Yeah.
right there, basically.
Yeah, so that's 40 feet. So yeah.
Okay, that would catch all 3 that are right there. So they will make their reflex saves. It apparently works, based upon my roll in the D100. So it apparently works. There was some grass in there somewhere. The one at the gate makes it. What's the DC 17?
Yeah.
The one of the females makes it. The other female does not. Hey, stop doodling a bunch of stuff, man. We're trying to keep. Come on. We got N's and S's and squiggles all over the place.
Hams and shamas and shabadoos.
The cardinal directions
Shamus.
are hardly doodles.
They're cardinal.
Oh, that's what that E is. I thought that was. Well, first I thought it was where the wagon was.
Love you,
And
Mal.
Magpie was
We
pulling.
love you now.
I thought it was
I
just a
know.
Learned all
magical
about his
flying
cardinal
bum.
directions.
I thought it was a butt, because, you know, he looks like a dirty bum. Because he's got his hair down and his bag on his stick. I mean, I'm sorry, Mazes.
We love you, Mal.
No, I was about to talk one because he's a dirty old bum, and I think I shouldn't, because there's
Okay.
something special about this guy. And it turns out he's Jesus.
So, Emmy gets to go after Valtemros. All right, that means it's the female's turn now. This female is stuck. She has to make a reflex save to get out.
I think it's strength or escape artist. Yeah, strength or escape artist, which they can probably
with
do.
the DC
strength.
of the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna try and rip it out. Oh, she rips it out. She is no longer that, so that's to know. She steps out of there by one. She'll just move right there because she's confused. This one wasn't caught, and she'll move out of it. This dude wasn't caught. He'll move through it and have to make another reflex, I think.
Only the ends there.
Yeah, only the
Yeah.
answers.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if I was still muted.
So they're kind of like, "Ugh." And they're, This guy's stuck on the outside by himself. Oh, he can't move yet, but he will. This guy can't. The females are gonna move, and they're not quite ready yet. So that's their turn. They move there to be able to get themselves out. I don't even have the music on. I don't have Sirenscape open. What the fudge?
Nerd.
What the nut-covered fudge?
You and your delicious snacks.
I know. Checks my mix. I tell you what. All right.
Pouring me right
This
in my
guy-
mom's.
5, 1, 2. This guy is still asleep. How long is he asleep for?
8 rounds.
8 rounds. It's been at least 2.
Nice.
So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's got that many more rounds left. And that's all the big guys, I think. Oh, actually, now is the turn that the others would start to come out. So, token lair, and this guy was 1, 2. Sees what's going on and is not happy and goes 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, close 6. And he goes over here and he yells in this house, "Run out, good, run the hood." Not loud enough to get out the walls, but he yells something.
Okay.
All right, Wayko.
I'm having. Come on, man. Give it up. Give it up. Okay. So how far? So each square is that 30 feet? 20 feet?
20.
20.
20.
So if I were to double move, I could
You can get 2
conceivably
squares.
move. But the movement is 30.
3 squares. Yeah, you can get 3
Yeah.
squares. Excuse me.
Okay. Just it's cool. I just want to make sure I had it right too. And this dude who's in the blue, he is currently incapacitated. He's in a hole.
He's in a 40-foot
In a
deep
hole.
pit.
30.
Beautiful. Okay, well in that case, I'm just gonna start moving into a position of closeness. 1, 2, and I guess 3.
No,
And,
you can move
That's
2 squares too.
acceptable.
Oh,
Huh?
3. Yeah, you're right. 3.
Who's got,
Alright,
Just
who's got
cool.
regular movement speed?
You can
And that's-
run if you want to.
You can run if you want to.
Nice.
You can leave your friends behind.
And then they get killed by some ogres there and roll up a new character.
It's okay, because I can Raven's Flight and get up on that wall, but I don't want to do anything too unnecessarily fancy at the moment. And I will cackle, because I can do that as a swift action. and that just makes it so he sleeps one extra round.
So I'll add another round.
So he runs out laughing into the open, and that's his turn.
That sounds like Wayko.
Yep. Okay. That means it's if that's what Wayko's doing, it's Magpie's turn.
Okay. We can either keep going through the trees here, or we can like turn to flank this ogre.
Yeah, I worry that by the time we get here, like, it's gonna take so long that we'll be ineffective.
Mhm.
And like, there's so many dudes there already. I don't know. That said, if we're trying to do it, we should hit the trees and then stop sneaking and like just sprint our little butts off through the trees and then sneak on the other side.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, yeah, because if we try to run through the trees, we can do, like that far.
Yeah, that's still gonna be a lot of rounds.
Yeah.
But don't you know you gotta run through the jungle?
But it's a pine forest.
In order to run to the hills.
Oh, that was pretty fucking good, actually. Yeah, it'd still be like another 5 or 6 rounds before we get down there.
Yeah, I think the time for sabotaging that gate is over. I think we can try to draw some people out of the gate and see what's going on that way, or we can kill old girl and like hope the chaos is enough back up here that we can just funnel them there.
Yeah, okay, well, so what I'm thinking is Magpie, like, points to that gate, to Nahkräs. He's like, that thing is tied up. It's not coming up anytime soon. I think we have them in a funnel, like, and he points down to the southern gate.
Uh-huh.
So I think, like, I agree with you. Like, I think we can safely sort of, like, begin to return this way, and maybe, like, most of them will be forced to funnel at the southern gate, because with how big this map is, it's going to take us goddamn forever.
Yeah, and even then, like, to what end? How effective will it be?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in that case, I guess we just go ahead and handle old girl here.
All right. I'm going to move here, then.
I'm going to move
Okay.
here.
Or actually, let's not move somewhere where she can get up to us.
Yeah, it's awkward with how weird this map is.
She can move. You've seen her move 2 squares.
Yeah, she's
Everywhere.
just as fast as we are, or as my war cat is.
Yeah, but if she's moving 2 squares, is she double moving that round, or?
Yeah.
You don't know. She
These are
doesn't
the
seem
questions.
to be rushing herself.
Fine, then I will double move, all the way back up to the tree line we just sprinted out of.
Yeah. All right, Nahkräs will do the same. We will go to here. For Nahkräs' standard action, his Warcat's double moving, but for my standard action, I'm going to end the carry companion on one of the ravens, and I'm going to give it one of the acid flasks. It's a standard action for me to have it bombard, but now's the time.
Okay.
Bombardment!
Bombardment, deal with it. Bombardment, that's a bitch, son.
Get you a raven in just a minute.
Walk it up.
And you're wanting it to move on your turn to do
It'll-
bombardment.
Bombardment.
Pretty much, yeah. It's right now, it's just kind of flying by my face, but it's like on my turn, it's a standard action to start like in the 6 rounds that Magpie and I will book it back up here. They will. Oh man, that's huge. It'll
It's
fly,
enormous!
it'll fly faster than we'll move, and it's a little extra damage assigned.
It's perspective. It's closer to the.
Oh my
where-
God.
Yeah,
Camera?
Holy crap!
Closer to the camera.
That was real good. If this was Xandu and it was Lord of the Gallery, he'd have just earned himself an action point because that's brilliant. 10 out of 10. Now see, now it's diving down. It's getting ready to bombard that square right there in particular.
That
Right
burns
there
up
by
high.
Right there by you.
Mhm.
Technically, it's in your square. And we're going to give you control over it. There you go.
All
I
right.
am taking control.
I can take control.
Assuming direct control.
All
Oh, it's
right.
Mass Effect 2.
Yep.
I know you feel this. But that one was always real creepy when that came down.
What's Gideon doing?
Gideon's about to coup de grace. Like that's you know.
Okay.
After moving that 20 feet.
Yep. Pretty much.
So happy I took Throat Slicer.
Okay.
So unhappy I'm not playing an Archer.
Well,
You can buy a bow and
basically,
not be an
got
archer.
as close as possible to this sleeping ogre. Like that's the previous movement, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
So, Schlink, like, I can't remember. Can I do power attack with the coup de grace, or is it this
Yeah,
specific?
You can. But again,
Perfect.
it's a full round action, and is it not 20 feet away from him?
No, it's on this map. It's hard to do that type of
That's
thing.
the issue.
Just kill him.
So, full on power attack, coup de grace. So that is 19, 20, 26 times 2, 52, plus 10. He needs to roll a 62 fort save or die.
He did. He's no 62 fort saving at this level.
No 62 fort save at any level.
Mm.
I don't know. We're talking about Tommy characters here.
I've never got that high.
Hercules, Hercules.
Hercules.
You really killed me, man.
All right.
All right. That guy's dead. He's not sleeping. He's
Dead.
dead. Now who do I put to sleep? I guess the guy on
Everyone
the
else.
bridge. Yeah, everyone. Every turn if I can.
All right. You slice into him, plunging downward with your sword, splitting his heart, and it is Jakardros Sovrak. He's going to go ahead and start firing at this one since it's close enough now to really fall into his plan. So he's going to help out Magpie and Cross. He's going to fire off 2 shots. Ooh, I think he hit both times. And yep, that hits both times. And les ogres, this ogre does not look very happy. Does not look very happy at all to be shot by this arrow from nowhere. As you guys see him pull the bow, it's kind of like static charging on a electricity charging on a line. And there's a slight pop in the air, like when you hear static go off. There's a and it goes and sinks into her, and she gets a bit of a in her fat, blubbery body.
Ugh.
So there we go. She did not look very happy about getting shot by that thing, but now she knows where to go. And he's going to have his cat wait until she gets closer. Mazus, your turn.
Oh, goody. He'll do a full round summoning. That's his turn.
Okay. All right. That means this guy moves down, over. 1, 2, yeah, that's what he's going to do. He sees bad stuff happening to his buddies, so 1, 2, and that's about what he can do. So he can't go in a straight line. This guy is kind of stuck, so he's going to take out a javelin, and he's going to throw it at, who's closest? Where's Mazus? Mazus is over there, and then Wayko's over there. Wayko's closest.
Wayko
So,
does get, because he has, I believe it's either Airy Step or Breeze Kissed. I think it's Breeze Kissed. Gets a +2 to his AC against missiles.
okay,
Yeah.
you've got a
something
javelin
like-
flying at you.
All right.
Still technically counts as a missile. What's your AC?
1 second. Yeah. Yeah, so that's a +2 to that. And his normal AC is, let's have a look. Boop-a-doop, shoop-a-doop. I'm feeling blank air. 23 against non-magical missiles.
23? All
Yes.
right. 23 means that it does not hit. So
Shoop.
he throws at you, and it kind of gets close to you, and it goes and sticks into the ground.
He's still kind of laughing, but he's like, whoa!
All right. And also this turn, something else happens. These guys also move out.
Oh boy.
Let him come. Let him
How are you
Under their
supposed to take this place?
Easy.
By
I go to a
thinking and
wall
planning and not having a bad idea.
we get them all to
Well,
come
I don't
out,
think it was a bad idea.
which they're doing, and then we just a Ravens flight up to the top, and we'll close the gate. Next thing you know, I'm inside, and everyone who sucks is outside. So we're good.
Wayko's
I mean, at this point, if we want to, we can just leave. But so far, it's going pretty well.
Yeah, I'm quite enjoying myself.
All right. Vale, he's going to, I think he has some kind of range. Right, yeah. He's got his composite longbow out, so he's going to shoot as well at said individual. That does not hit. That does not hit. Definitely not. So he misses Le Ogre, whatever it is. And that goes on for him. It's now Emmy's turn.
All right. So she has to be close to cast most of her real good spells. So for now, she is going to go 1 square, 2 squares. I have a move of 30, I believe.
2 squares. If you have a move of 30, you can double move 2. Yeah.
Okay. And she's gonna share a square with Jakardros and his cat, and wait for Nahkräs and or Magpie and or the other guy to get closer so she can cast protection from evil communal on them.
Okay, so everybody's gonna get protection from evil communal. Got it.
She's gonna try and split it among people, whoever gets close enough.
It's just a +2 to AC, Adam.
Yeah, and it doesn't stack with Ring of Protection.
Yeah.
How does it not?
It's the same bonus.
Ah,
Still an improvement for now.
Yes.
I
So she's
thought
gonna hold that.
Ring of Protection was deflection.
It is.
Oh yeah, this is deflection. Never mind. I was looking at the resistance to saves. Too many bonuses.
Yeah. Okay, and we're at the almost at the top of this next round. It looks like. So, the females now go, and the final set of reinforcements come out, supposedly, and move. She sees you. 1, 2, and she's going to attack Magpie.
She can see Magpie?
She has a reach of 20 feet.
Hey, if Gideon can attack someone standing right beside him, and she has reach and Gideon doesn't, for the sake of the map.
No, but I'm more... Because Magpie was stealthing.
True. Magpie is also standing in the open. He can stealthing in combat is a lot different than just stealthing, so... Okay. We can refresh me on how stealthing in combat works. I believe you have to make rolls each round. Is that correct?
Well, you need to be behind cover or end your turn behind cover, basically.
But the hide in plain sight thing doesn't work for him here?
Not in the daylight. Like I said, 10 feet of dim light.
I
Yeah.
thought that it was dim light at this point, we were saying, or is that just inside the...
For the sake of understanding, when it says dim light mechanically, it's meaning stuff like moonlight and starlight and just outside of a torchlight. That's dim light. That's mechanically dim light.
Fair enough, that's fair.
Trying to help Magpie is totally okay. He is
No, it's because
suspicious.
he moved 2 squares versus 3 had he, I guess, been doing a full double move.
I mean, I could stealth if I broke line of sight between myself and the ogre. But I'd do it at a pretty heavy penalty for moving at double speed.
Oh, good.
All
It's
right.
a -5, I think. It's not
It's got
that bad.
I think it's like 10.
No, no, I think it's -5.
Anyway, she's going to swing at Magpie.
Uh-huh.
She misses anyway. She rolls a 2. That's not going to hit. It doesn't matter how big her thing is. So all of
Worried for
this,
him,
and she
no
misses.
matter what.
It is impossible to use
swings with-
stealth while attacking, running, or charging.
There you go. So, she's going to miss you with her great club. She had a big, it's almost a tree, and it swishes past your head. Oh, doctor.
But we understand it.
Yeah.
She says, chicken tonight. Basically is what it comes down to.
Fat chance, you blubbery lord.
With incredibly long arms.
Oh, chicken tonight in my coffee.
5. 1, 2, 3. And I was mistaken actually. There is one more reinforcement.
He's just making shit up.
No, it's all good.
I'm not.
They're all gonna fall to the floor.
They're all gonna
They're
walk
all
over
gonna
that
drop.
bridge, and the bridge is just gonna collapse.
Under their own weight.
Yeah, they all just
Yeah.
they'll charge on and they all just fall in like lemmings.
This is one of those
Yeah.
encounters. The whole thing's
Well.
supposed to be real hard, but it's just a huge joke.
And that brings us to Wayko, who will be the
Wayko!
last person to go tonight.
Very well.
So,
Well, he'll inch a bit closer, 20 feet, and he'll throw a slumber at this guy. Because he threw a thing at me,
okay.
so he can sleep.
All right. So that's a 20 something.
21. 21. Blackjack.
He goes, so. Right.
Aw. Aw. Come on.
He falls
Just
into the water, drowns.
There you go. And I guess he'll
No.
cackle as well. He'll continue to cackle.
Okie dokie. So that means a whole bunch of rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8
9.
rounds. I don't have enough things.
Too bad.
Nine.
He sleeps
You know
forever.
you can pick one, and then you press a number on your keyboard, and then you get a little neat little number. Like I got an 8 on mine.
Oh, let me see.
Oh,
Doop, doop.
We really are living in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You hold it, and you go.
No, just
9.
click it and then hit a number.
Oh, okay.
You can only go to 9 though, unfortunately.
Oh,
That'll
good to
do.
know.
Well, after 9
That's
rounds,
what
it
it
would
is.
just be 1 minute.
Yeah.
True.
But
All right, and that's the last. That last person that's going tonight. We're going to start the initiative next time with Magpie, and yeah, we're going to see what happens. This should be
I think it's going pretty
Interesting.
good so far.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've
so far.
we've got them all coming from the same direction at least.
Yeah.
and they're coming the long way around.
Yeah.
I'd say we
You know
just
what?
go in the top way, and then
You know what?
close
No,
the gates, and then we're being besieged.
I was
Then we
gonna
lock
say,
them out.
That's actually not the worst idea in the world. Of they all try to get at us, we climb the wall.
I'm just saying, like, I can get up that wall in a turn if I'm right next to it.
yeah, I was gonna say,
mean-
Tommy, we could have Nahkräs cast communal spider climb, and then we would just walk up the wall as they're coming all the way around.
Yeah.
That's gone very well so far.
I
There
forget
you go,
that
and
like
one of them is broken.
we have people in this party who can like fly and walk up walls and shit.
Only when they
Teleport.
want to.
Oh, I mean, you can't
All
force
right.
a bird to fly, but given the option or fall,
You can't give a mouse a cookie, because he's
Can't.
gonna want a glass of Red
Because
Bull.
if you give a mouse a cookie and a can of Red Bull, then you have to help the Black Arrows retake Fort Rannoch from the ogres.
There's too many.
All
I
right.
don't know why you agreed to help this small woodland creature help a bunch of other humans free a fortification of ogres, none of which are even real. You don't know where they came from.
All right. You guys are definitely in a good place. I'll say that as far as the different strategies that you could start to employ right now. But it'll be up to you guys on how you decide to do that. As for now, travelers, we hope you had a wonderful time watching us. It's probably been interesting. If you are watching this, do tell us in the comments if watching this kind of strategic board movement has been good, because it's actually been interesting for me to see how they're going to plan this out. So
Good.
anyway, thank you for coming by, travelers, and spending your time with us. As always, have a great day. God bless and enjoy.
Bye.
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 Bye.